but I want people to know who the real Tommy is before we get there.
Bushman started in 1982.
Mm-hmm.
And when I was a kid, I lived next door to Gary. Gary was like my second dad.
You are very humble with Bushman, but it is a monster of a business.
We're still a small family business, and we still run out of a couple of sheds up in research, but we punch above our weight. One of my best strengths is making things better. So I can always look at something and think, I can make that a little bit better. I generally just look at what's in front of me and think, how can I make this better today? I got the yellow pages, downloaded them to Excel, sorted it by state, sorted it by like region, and I'd spend a week in the office ringing customers from a certain region, started in Victoria, and then I'd hop in my car the next week and I'd go and visit them all. It took me a year, and I went to almost every single town in Australia, 12 months. I remember in my early 20s, someone said to me once, you can either play now and pay later, or you can pay now and play later. And I took the second option. Customer service is our big one. Like I answer the phone. I'll sit at work Mondays and Tuesdays, answer the phone, talk to customers, tech support. And there's 4 of us that own the business now. We're all partners, and we all answer the phone.
Let's start with business. You asked me today. I want to talk about cars, Tav, and money. That's what we're going to talk about today. But I want people to know who the real Tommy is before we get there.
Cars, money, and family.
Done.
Yeah. So Bushman started in 1982.
Mm-hmm.
A gentleman, Gary Copman.
Yep.
And when I was a kid, I lived next door to Gary. And I was best mates with his son, Paul.
Yep.
And they ran the business successfully for 30 years.
Yep.
Primarily importing gas fridges into Australia, which is very unsexy.
Yeah.
So think kerosene fridges.
Yeah.
Originally, and then gas fridges. And they were selling them to just towns all around Australia. Yep. Where there was no electricity. And there was a lot of towns back then that still didn't have mains electricity. In the 80s.
Yeah.
And in the 90s. And it wasn't until all the mining companies went out that they took the power with them.
Of course.
Yeah.
I didn't even think that, but it makes perfect sense.
Yeah. So the business had been good. Gary developed his first 12-volt fridge in the late 90s, which is the original Bushman fridge, exactly the same as the one we sell today.
Mm-hmm.
Tooling is identical. Parts are interchangeable, which is another story. And yeah, I had started my first business when I was 24, which was a labour hire company, supplying casual staff to the printing industry. And that grew and grew and grew, and it probably got a little bit too big. And I sold it when I was 35.
Yep.
I thought, oh, here we go. I'm going to retire now. This is going to be great. And it was about 6 weeks after I'd left. And I got up in the morning and I had a dressing gown on. And I remember sitting in front of my computer at about 10:30 in the morning with a dressing gown on. I'm thinking, where did I even get a dressing gown? Like, and I'm like, I sort of had this moment of self-reflection. I'm like, what am I doing? Just get up at 10:30, have a look at the stock market, read the news, and I was bored.
Yeah.
So I had another month or two off, and then I actually went up to the factory in research and saw Paul and Gary and said, "How's it going, boys? Do you think you want to give me a job? How about you give me a job as a sales rep?"
How did you know those guys?
Gary and Paul. I lived next door to Gary since I was a kid.
I know, but so you knew these guys from your childhood?
From childhood, yeah. Gary was like my second dad.
Yep.
Paul and I are best friends. And they're very good technically.
Yep.
Gary's pretty good with the sales and stuff. But their business was a solid business. But it probably just needed an injection of, I guess, marketing and sales. So I just went up and saw him and said, how about you just give me a job? Pay me per hour.
Yep.
And I will drive around the country and tell people about your fridges.
I put it down to the Tommy Stockdale magic. Because the way you think about stuff, mate, the way you see things, the way you develop your ideas, right, once you've done it, people look back and go, oh, that was so obvious, right? But you were the one who actually came up with a lot of that. And what do you think led up to the way that you think to develop Bushman? Like, obviously you were in the labour hire business. You and I know a lot about labour hire recruitment, but obviously you saw Bushman and you saw something that they weren't seeing.
Yeah, I think one of my best strengths is making things better. So I can
Okay.
always look at something and think I can make that a little bit better.
Yep.
I'm not a big planner, so I wouldn't have like a 5-year plan and this is what we're going to do. And I generally just look at what's in front of me and think,
Yep.
how can I make this better today?
Okay.
So I started the Bushman and thought, how can I make this better?
Yep.
I thought, well, we need more customers, trade customers. So camping stores, fishing
Yep.
stores, auto electricians, people that make canopies and
Yep.
all this kind of stuff. So actually, I brought a Land Cruiser 200 series, put some of the Bushman fridges in the back, and set off around the country. I got the yellow pages, downloaded them to Excel, sorted it by state, sorted it by like region, and I'd spend a week in the office ringing customers from a certain region, started in Victoria, and then I'd hop in my car the next week and I'd go and visit them all.
Mm.
And then I'd fly back to Melbourne, leave the car at the airport, spend the next week going through my database again, set more appointments up, hop back in the car and continue driving. It took me a year and I went to almost every single town in Australia, 12 months.
That's brilliant, man. Like,
So it was, super old school. Nothing, no fancy marketing, no fancy, sales stuff, just good old getting in the car, ringing, going to see customers, meeting them, showing them what we do.
Did you have the same idea when you saw social media for the first time?
Ooh, I'm not a big social media.
No, but Bushman is.
Bushman is, yeah. We have a lady, Anna Vine from Brandmade, who looks after all our social media, online advertising, SEO.
But it's very, like, your marketing is, you've got good people around you. The product's good, you think. But I think your strength is that you understand what's best for the business, even though you're not big online, on social, but you know that your business needs to be.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I think that's one of your strengths, right? Obviously, Bushman is a successful business, throws off a bit of revenue, and with that revenue, you buy a couple of cars. But how important it is for you to do what you do with the cars, and how many cars do you have? What do you do with them?
Yeah, I've got a few cars. This only started a few years ago. So
Yes, it
during my 30s and 40s, I was busy working.
Yep.
So I didn't have a lot of time to play. I remember in my early 20s, someone said to me once, you have a choice now in your early 20s. You can either play now and pay later, or you can pay now and play later. And I took the second option, which is I'm going to pay now, which is I'm going to work.
Yep.
And work hard and perhaps not have as relaxed a lifestyle in my 20s and 30s. I was pretty tense, but with the view to building something and, being able to buy a house and have a family and do all those nice sort of things. So I did all that. And then, when I got into my mid-40s, I was like, okay, it's time to have some fun.
Yep.
And then the car started.
And the car started, what, 2.5, 3 years ago?
Yeah, 2.5, 3 years ago. Yep, started with a Mustang, Mach 1.
Do you love the Mach 1?
Yeah, and then I met Chris Herod Performance.
Yep.
First thing we did, I think, was we put an exhaust on.
It's the first model Mustang.
Maybe some suspension.
Yeah, you want to make go around corners. Yeah. Same with me. Yeah.
And went to the drag strip.
Yep.
Heathcote, and that was fun. That was awesome. The car ran sort of early 12 seconds.
Yep.
At the drag strip. Then I borrowed some like sticky Mickey Thompson drag tyres.
How do you borrow drag tyres?
Chris had a set at
Okay.
Harrods.
Here, have these tyres.
Yeah.
What does it run now?
10-0.
Yeah, okay.
10 flat.
Yeah, okay.
So we haven't got into the nines.
You will.
The car will run nines. We need a good surface. Maybe a better driver, but a good surface. Sydney would do it.
Your skill
nice and
set.
sticky.
Your skill set is increasing. What was your first car, and why did that really matter to you, and why? What was your first car?
First car was a 1963 station wagon, Holden.
Yeah.
In batshit crazy blue.
Oh, nice.
With green VB Commodore bucket seats, a 5-speed Celica gearbox, and a 186 motor. And we thought that was fast. Oh, we thought it was hectic.
Back in the day, that would have been fast.
Yeah, it'd probably run a quarter mile in 20. But we thought it was the best thing either, me and my friend. So I love that car. That was my, freedom and ability to get around, and it was a cool looking car, and I loved it. Still got it.
Yeah, you still got it.
Yeah.
Ah, you do too. You showed me a photo of it. Okay. And like you said before, you pay now and play later, right? So you always knew early on that you were going to do something with business. You just didn't know what, right? And then, you put that, deferred play, deferred things off, all right? Did that mindset of what you wanted to do with cars help you kind of like with your role at Bushman Fridges into what Bushman is today? Because you are very humble with Bushman, but it is a monster of a business.
It's a really good business, and we keep it pretty simple. Like we're still a small family business, and we still run out of a couple of sheds up in Research.
Yep.
Northeast out of Melbourne. A lot of people come to us and they're like, "Oh, okay, wow, I thought this would be like a huge warehouse or something." But we punch above our weight.
You could be if you wanted to.
We could be, yeah.
Like you're. I know, obviously, you know everything about stock control and turnover and your order processes and the shipping. So you're always moving stock, right? But if you wanted a big warehouse, you could do that.
We could.
Why don't you go that route?
I like small business. I just like it. Like we've got a great business, and we keep it pretty simple. So like good products, good customer service. Customer service is our big one. Like I answer the phone. I'll sit at work Mondays and Tuesdays, answer the phone, talk to customers, tech support. What fridge do I need to buy? Or I've got my fridge and I'm having some issues with it. How do I fix it?
Yep.
And there's 4 of us that own the business now. We're all partners, and we all answer the phone, and we all look after customers. And it's really satisfying. I enjoy that part of the business. I love chatting to customers and helping them out. One of the things I actually really enjoy, and it's probably a bit unusual, but we'll get customers ring and they'll be like, "Hey, I've got this brand fridge, and I want to buy a Bushman because I know Bushmans are really good." I'm like, "Okay, cool. Tell me a bit about your fridge." They're like, "Oh, this is it, and I'm having problems with it, and I can't get it to cool." And I'm like, "Okay, tell me a bit more about it." And then I'll troubleshoot their fridge, other brand. And at the end of the phone call, I haven't sold them a fridge. I've fixed their installation. I've helped them get their fridge going. And that's really rewarding because I could sell them a fridge.
Yeah.
But to start with, we're always like, if we can get the one you've got going first, well, that makes more sense, right? If it's an installation issue, it's not enough ventilation, there's a voltage problem, we can fix it.
But that's what you're doing. You're giving loads and loads of value, right? And fixing other competitors' fridges. I guess you've all got the same common troubleshooting issues.
Yeah, absolutely.
And you're focusing on service rather than just, I'll sell you a new fridge. And that speaks volumes to the type of business and the person that you are.
Yeah. So like I could sell them a fridge, but if they're going to put it in the same spot with the same ventilation and the same wiring and some of the other issues they've got, it's probably not, it might run better, but it's not going to be perfect. It's still going to be issues with the installation.
Yeah. Okay. That's really important though. So, you're focusing on the customer service, and because you're focusing on a customer family run business, you're not focusing on the money. Thus, you're making more of it because you're not focused on it.
Yeah, we don't focus on it.
You're more focusing on the product that you put out there, the design of the fridges, and I think that's really important with the modern business owner / entrepreneur. You're not, you and I know plenty of people that just fucking flash, talk, and we've been in the same rooms with these people, and we look at each other and go, "What the?" And we just, and you can see it a mile away, right? But this comes down to your common values, right? Your core values, what you believe in, right? And I've been with you when you've said things and you stuck by them, and I went, "Yep, fair enough, Tommy." Like, and that, that's what's really good.
It's very easy to look flashy on the outside. It's the easiest thing to talk yourself up, to talk your business up, to put on a nice set of clothes and to sponsor an event. And often the businesses that look the flashiest are often the ones that fold. You've seen it in recruiting, haven't you?
Yeah,
Plenty of recruitment companies, software companies, sponsoring big events, and you think, wow, this company is amazing, right? The CEO he speaks well, and the branding's amazing, and it just must be going so well. And then all of a sudden, a couple of years later, it folds, and it owes a huge amount of money.
People got really good at raising money, raising big capital, having the big offices, but not a lot of people in my world, especially, got good at generating revenue. Great at raising money, big pile of cash. We're going to invest here, invest there. But what is the product that you're bringing to market that people are actually going to want to consume? AI at the moment is an interesting space.
I read about a huge AI company this week in America. I can't remember the name. It's in Texas.
Yep.
And their plan was to build, the world's largest data center.
Yeah.
So they raised a ton of money. I think it was valued at, it might have been 2 billion or 12 billion, billions.
Mm.
And, greenfield site, and then they're gonna build it. The customers will come because we're gonna be able to lease this amazing space, and we're gonna have our own power supply. We're gonna have gas. We're gonna have coal. We're gonna have nuclear. We're gonna have solar. And the CEO and the CFO both resigned this week because they haven't signed a single customer. Not one.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Fuck.
That's pretty harsh, isn't it?
Fuck that board meeting.
Yeah. The shareholders aren't going to be happy.
Revenue.
Yeah, that's right.
What do you
Raised
mean?
a ton of money.
Yeah, we've got plenty of cash, but revenue, guys, where are we getting back? Oh.
That reminds me of the .com.
Yeah.
Travel.com, and all you needed was a good domain name.
Yeah, and you just raised money.
And an idea, and everyone thought, this is it. You've got travel.com. You are going to be, everyone's good. That's going to be the future of travel.
What about the metaverse, mate? We're all buying.
I don't even know what the metaverse is.
Internet 4.0. We're buying, virtual real estate, and it wasn't going anywhere.
Oh, NFTs, non-fungible tokens. Did you buy any of those?
No.
No, me neither. Are they still a thing?
I believe so. A couple of my mates did huge out of Bitcoin back in the day. But I don't invest in something I don't understand.
Good advice.
And people go, "Oh, well, you're just being lazy. You didn't want to understand it." I didn't. It doesn't resonate with my core values, so I didn't bother to know about it. It's a bit arrogant of me, but like, if I don't understand it, I'm not going to invest in it.
Yeah, I think that's smart, because if you don't understand something, why would you put your money into it? And Bitcoin, I don't know a lot about Bitcoin. I know that it goes up, and it's gone up a lot, and people have made a lot of money out of it, and I'm really happy for them. But I just don't understand it enough. I feel like I'm going to a casino because the only reason I'm buying it is in the hope that it goes up. The hope that it goes up because of a chart.
Do you think the same thing is happening in the, I would say, modern classic car market at the moment?
Ooh, I don't know. What do you know?
I know that people are spending crazy records are being set for Enzos, for Ferraris, like even 599 GTOs.
They just go up.
Yeah,
they have just been going up, like since COVID.
But people is getting into an asset class. You and I are firm believers. If you own the car, you should drive the car.
Absolutely, but they're an investment now.
But this is it. Should they be an investment?
Why not?
Yeah, I guess.
If enough people want them, supply and demand. If there's a limited amount of them, and there's enough people that want to buy them, then I guess they'll appreciate. But again, I don't understand that market either. Like watches or cars, I wouldn't be buying them for an investment. I mean, people do.
No.
If I understood how they work, then I would. I understand small business. I understand.
Well, that's why I understand as well. Like, and that's where I want to generate my money from, because I like giving employment. I like I like building something out of here to here. Do I get it right every time? No. Have I fucked it up a couple of times? Yeah. Have I lost, several $1 million? Yeah. I've basically made and lost the same. So if I got out of recruitment tomorrow, I'd be getting out level.
Yeah.
Like I would. It's just, timing's an interesting thing. I'm going to quote you. So I've been doing a bit of research on you, sir.
Okay.
And I was reading you won Street Machine last year. How was SEMA?
Amazing.
Yeah, you won a SEMA.
Amazing. Unbelievable.
You were
Las
quite.
Vegas.
Yeah. You looked like you had a good time.
I love Las Vegas. It's like an adult's playground.
All right. Next time
of
you
goodness.
go, I'll come with you. Okay?
Yeah.
I'll come with you.
So I actually went with a friend, and at night, my mate would. Well, we had busy days. We'd be busy all day, and then at night, he'd sort of go to bed 7, 8 o'clock, and I don't drink, and I don't party, but I would just walk the strip at night and go to casinos. I don't mind gambling a bit at the casino, and just the lights and the people, and the buildings. Like I was just like,
And
around, up and down, up and down.
You have good outlets. I need to have outlets like you have outlets. Like you really, when you go big. Anything you put your mind to, you go big.
We're talking race cars now.
Cars, money. I'm going to quote you here. I'm super competitive. Like I always feel like I'm going to do something. I want to do my best deep down inside. Everyone always loves to win something, right? But it just doesn't normally happen to me. So far, it has happened to me and I'm elated.
Yeah, that was Street Machine.
That was Street Machine.
Yeah. So I've, as a kid or a teenager, I never won any trophies. So, I played a bit of footy. I was never best on ground. Played golf a little bit. I played tennis. I wasn't very good at tennis. I did a lot of surfing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Surfing was great, but I was never the one that was like, oh, I'm really good at this. And when I first got behind the wheel of a car on a racetrack, I was a bit like, oh, this feels good. I'm like, I can feel the car.
Yep.
I can feel the road. I can feel the tires, and I enjoy the speed. And I was actually at an Evolve driver training day, and Andy Hall, who's an Evolve instructor.
Yep.
And we're doing laps in my BMW, and he goes, I'm going to tell you something. I said, okay. He goes, I'm not blowing wind up your skirt, but I reckon you could be an okay amateur driver. And I was like, oh, really? He goes, yeah, I think so. And up until that point, I'd been doing track days in the BMW touring. And I always had this feeling inside, I'm never really going to be very good at this. I enjoy it, but I'm never going to be like these other people that are amazing. And Andy just put that little bit of confidence in me. And from that day on, I went home and I thought, oh, maybe I can be okay at this. And he trained me more and I got quicker. And then we entered that Street Machine Optima Ultimate Streetcar Challenge at Calder Park last year. And I was just going for a bit of fun. I thought, let's go and see what happens. So there's maybe 50 or 100 cars. And it's like multidisciplines. So I think you do 5 things during the day. They set up a little autocross course, which is like going through witches' hats. And they time it. They do laps on...
You would have been really frustrated with that.
I was. The car's pretty heavy and doesn't turn very well. They do laps around the racetrack. They do like a start-stop test. So you have a standing start and you go like 100 meters. You got to do a U-turn and then get back into a spot, which you can. They engineer the cars. So, how well is the car built and what have you done to it? And then the last thing of the day is drag racing. And it was a little damp on this day. And I didn't think I was doing very well, but a couple of the guys that had won it in previous years came up and said, I reckon you got this. And I'm thinking, I haven't got this because I don't know what the points are or anything like that. They're like, yeah, I reckon you got this. So I'm thinking in my mind, okay, it's drag racing. All these other massive horsepower rear-wheel drive cars. This is where they'd shine, but it was damp. And you can't launch a high-power rear-wheel drive car on a drag strip when it's damp because they just don't grip. So this BMW is all-wheel drive. So I'm at the staging line and I'm thinking, I've been the drag strip a lot of times. All I need to do in this car is just get the launch right, which is not a lot. Just get the revs right and the accelerator right. And we ran a 10.3 first shot in the wet.
And I bet you said, is that good? Yeah.
And that was it. That was the quickest run. And we won. Got a couple of trophies and I was like, wow, I won a trophy. And when we're up on stage, they're like, are you going to come and join us in Vegas? I'm like, what's happening in Vegas? They're like, oh, you've won a trip to Vegas, to SEMA, the best car show in the world. I was like, okay, let's go. It was amazing day. Just one of those days where everything sort of aligns.
Yep.
And everything sort of falls in place for you. And it was just, it was a nice feeling because I'd never really won anything before.
I want to stay with your BMW for a moment. And I'm going to quote you again. This is from Street Machines. Tell us a story about buying the M3. You didn't mean to buy it, or did you? No, I didn't. I love station wagon. So I had the EH wagon. Then I had an EV, Cali V. That was an amazing car. And I heard of this BMW Touring was going to be released. So I thought, go to the dealer, have a look. And literally, Hayden even walked through the showroom and we're in the car park. And the sliding door opened and I could see this car. And it's corny, but I just loved it at first sight. I hadn't driven it or knew anything about it. So I said to my son, mate, we're buying this car.
It's exactly what happened. I just remember when the doors opened and this beautiful BMW station wagon M3 was just sitting on the floor, and I actually put my hands over my eyes because I just had this feeling inside like, oh, I'm going to buy this car. And I said to my son, I think we're going to buy this car. And we didn't even drive it. It was love at first sight. And it's an amazing car. Like it's got to be one of the best all-round cars ever made.
You do love the thing.
It does everything. It's a family car. I can haul stuff in it, put the seats down in the back and load it up with stuff that's got to go to the tip. I can take it up to the snow because it's all-wheel drive. I can drive it to a racetrack and it's fast.
Yes.
I can go to a drag strip and it's fast.
Do a road rally in it.
Do a road rally.
Did you feel validated when you bought that car, when you started off in your 20s and your 30s going, I'm going to delay gratification. I'm going to focus on my business and then focus on Bushman. When you bought that car, how did it make you feel?
It was pretty special.
Because it wasn't fucking cheap.
Yeah, it wasn't. But I've worked for all those material things that I have. When I was 24, I'd just come back from overseas and I had minus dollars.
Yeah, we all do it.
$5,000 for my dad to buy a VL Commodore when I got back. And then I had to pay that off.
Yep.
So, to finally, get to a point where I've got a house and I've got a family and
You've done all that. You've ticked all that stuff off. You're going to do something
for me. I love that. And that it's, I pinch myself sometimes that I've been blessed enough to have a family and to have kids and to have a business and to be able to do things I enjoy and to be able to give back.
How do you give back?
A good example, this Sunday, I'm at Sandown and there's a charity drive day for kids run by the BMW Drivers Club, Melbourne. Yep. And we're raising money for the Starlight Children's Foundation. So I'm taking my Porsche Cup car and I'm going to take kids for laps all day. 12 to 17-year-olds. There'll be some disadvantaged kids there, maybe some kids from hospital, maybe some kids in wheelchairs, and we'll lift them up and we'll put them in the car and we'll strap them in and we'll just give them an experience that they'll never forget. They'll hop out with the biggest smile on their face. I'm looking forward to this more than any other track day I'd go to. I just can't wait to get there. I can't wait.
Have you always given back, even when you're not able to afford it?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, would always, donate money to charity.
Why is that important to you?
It's just my values, I think. Family values. My grandfather instilled a lot of that into me. So he moved out here in 1918 from Ukraine, which was Russia at the time, Donetsk, where the fighting's happening right now.
Yeah.
And his family was Jewish. And they came out here. Their surname was Komisarov. They moved to Ballarat. They realised pretty quickly this wasn't a very good surname in 1918. So they changed. No.
No.
So they changed it to Mendelssohn, which was, I suppose, a little bit of a shift. And my grandfather renounced his religion in the middle of his life because he didn't like the division that it caused. Now, this is not to do specifically with that religion. It's any religion. he just got to a point where he always used to say to me when I was a kid, I think there should be a global government, and we should be caring and compassionate, and we should look after people. And he just didn't find a religion that was inclusive enough that would do that. So he sort of had a religion of goodness and family, and working hard and doing the right things and looking after people.
I know.
Yeah, that's where I got my values from. I think about him all the time. He was an amazing man. And he looked after his family, and if there were people in the family that were having a hard time, he'd go and he'd reach out and he'd look after them any way he could. So I've always had that, and my mum's like that as well. And I've got two brothers, older brother, younger brother.
Yep.
And we're
I've met
pretty
your
close.
oldest one.
Yeah, you would have met Stocky.
Yeah, okay. I met Stocky down at Phillip Island. Yeah,
he's a lovely man. Adam and I work together at Bushman. But yeah, the values are super important for me. That's the most important thing.
Yeah, and that radiates through everything that you do. Radiates through Bushman. It radiates through your friendships. You're very present. I think. Back to cars. What are you driving at the moment, and why?
I'm driving a Toyota GR86.
Yeah, I was surprised by that.
Yeah, a lot of people are.
Yeah, and go on.
Where's your Ferrari or your Lambo or whatever it is?
You ain't a Ferrari or Lambo.
No, I'm not. I mean, if I could afford one, I'd probably buy one.
Well, you could, but I don't know if you could. I don't know. Yeah, but why are you driving what you're driving at the moment?
Pound for pound, it would be the best value driver's car you can buy, bar none. You're talking 50 grand, thereabouts.
Yeah.
Drive away. 2.4 litre flat four, naturally aspirated, about 200 horsepower. 6-speed manual gearbox, limited slip Torsen rear differential. The car's light, it's nimble, and it just steers like a little race car. And it's the funnest car to drive. I'll let you drive it, and then you'll understand.
So what magic have you sprinkled on it? Because you don't leave anything stock.
No, I don't. We did the basics: exhaust, headers, suspension.
Yep.
Took it to the track. Okay, this car's grouse. I'm like, oh, could do with a bit more power. So I spoke to Harrop, Preston, and bought a supercharger kit. Fitted it myself. Took a couple of weeks in the carport. I've got some ramps. Got it fitted up. Got a remote tune logged in, and now it is amazing. It's just amazing.
Have you dynoed it?
We haven't. I'm going up to Sydney to dyno it in a couple of months.
I was about to say, I'll be interested to see what you've got at the rear wheels.
Yeah, they reckon it'll be about 200 kilowatts.
Jesus.
Doesn't sound like a lot.
It's a small car.
Is that 260, 270 horsepower?
Something like that.
I mean, the Mustang is 850 wheel.
I'm aware.
But that's a different experience. I get sweaty hands thinking about it.
The Mustang or what you're currently driving?
The Mustang.
Oh, we'll talk about the Mustang. So the people that know me and Tommy well, we have Mustangs. They're kind of similar but different at the same time. I've gone in a different. We've got two different builders, but we're trying to bridge the gap between.
You need a supercharger.
I'm getting a supercharger. It's okay. This is the plan.
Have a chat to James at Mustang Motorsport.
Yes, James is already in my ear about it.
James, if you're listening, we're looking for a sponsor of the podcast.
We are looking for a sponsor. He just got the old owner just got the GDT lot, the slot for Australia.
He did.
That'll be a fun car when it comes.
Wow.
Yes. So I will be getting the supercharger, but I want to see. I'm much like you. I like delayed gratification. So I did the work I wanted on my car. And then last year we did a lot more suspension, wheel work. And this year, so I know how to drive that chassis, right? You've been surprised a couple of times. Why am I still behind you? It's because I know. And this year we'll put the supercharger on it, and then we'll go head to head and we'll do the drag race that no one's asking for. Not even us.
Yeah.
We'll do the drag race. No one's asking for it. And we'll see where we are. I still think you'll be quicker than me, but you do build insanely good cars.
I've got good suppliers.
You've got good supply, but you've got good friendships as well. People look after.
So Chris Herod Performance.
Yep.
We became friends, similar to you and I, as soon as I met him.
I hear he's a good guy.
I don't I often don't know what it is, but then a lot of my friends, none of my friends are boring.
No, we are not.
I have an attraction to guys that are that have good values, but are a little bit loose.
Well, people actually have asked me if we're related. You related, Tommy? Yeah, probably. Yeah. We're related. Yeah. So in order to have all these cars, you need some money. And your money comes from your businesses and the way you run your businesses. You don't come from money yourself. It's all self-made. It's one of the things I respect about you. When you started you sold your recruitment business, you bought into Bushman, but I don't think you had a stack of money. Like, you set up some family members, you did the right thing there. When you came into Bushman, right, how did you know it was going to be successful?
I didn't.
Really?
No.
Okay.
No idea at all. Absolutely no idea. I just knew I needed the job.
Yep.
I knew I liked running business, and obviously I knew Gary and Paul, and I thought, let's just give it a go. So it comes back to that improving thing. For me, it's always about, I look at something, I can always make it better, whether it's a car, whether it's the business, and we just chipped away at it every day. We just looked at every time something happened, we learned from our mistakes. How do we make the business better? And doing the right things, developing new products, looking after customers, and the business just grows and grows. We're still we pick up new trade customers every week. Every week we'd get at least 2 a week.
Yep.
We'd have 2 new trade customers every week for the last 5 years. We've got almost 1,000 customers. Trade, small businesses. So these are guys that might own a little camping store in Yallingup, or they might have a metal fabricator in Cooper Pedy.
Yep.
And they might buy, 1 fridge from us a month. They might buy 3, they might buy 5, they might buy 2 or 3 a year. But we're happy to support them because, they're in their local community and people are going to them for products and advice, and we support them as much as we can.
Well, that goes back to your core values around family and customer service. Doesn't matter if you only sell 3 fridges a year to them. They still get the same amount of focus and customer service that someone's buying 3,000 fridges from you.
Yeah.
And if anything, the guy that you're only selling 3 fridges to is as important, if not more important, because he's connected to that community. And you never know that person who sells a fridge to where that fridge is going to end up, in front of whose eyeballs.
Yeah. Yep. So we've had customers. So most of our customers come to us now. We've had big companies come to us like, BHP and Rio and Horizon. We've got our fridges in the locomotives now. Mineral Resources got in touch with us about a month ago, and they want to put some of our little roadie fridges in their vehicles, safety vehicles. We're like, yeah, sure, let's do it.
I'm very thankful you came on the podcast today, but I wish you would do more video work, especially around some of this stuff, because people like when I knew you meeting, Jimmy Starbuck, I just knew you two would get on like a house on fire. And, it's good that you two are talking about doing stuff together. But like, I get it. You just know as soon as you meet someone or you see something, or you just know, right? When did you start feeling like Bushman was getting traction? Because obviously you were like version 2 of Bushman. I understand it was founded by someone else, but you bought in and started to change the direction of the business. When did you start going, fuck, I've got something here?
We released a whole new line of fridges in about 2017.
Right.
So small, upright, 12-volt caravan fridges.
Yep.
50 litre, 65 litre, 85, 130. And we thought initially these will be great for caravans.
Yep.
So we brought them in for caravans, had them sort of set up for caravans, had a glass shelf in them and all these nice sort of things. And the sales of them were pretty good. And then our customers started putting them in 4-wheel drive canopies. And we're like, this is new. So dual cab ute, single cab ute, tradie puts a metal canopy or alloy canopy on, puts a little upright fridge in there, and he's got all these tools and everything. He can put a kitchen in there. He can claim it as a work deduction because it's a work vehicle, and he can use it for camping. So he doesn't have to tow a caravan because he's got all these stuff in there, and then they'll sleep in a tent. So that market kind of started to grow by itself.
Mm-hmm.
And we made tweaks to the fridges. You know, I'd take the glass shelves out, I had to put heavier wire shelves in,
Yep.
and then they still didn't work, put even heavier wire shelves in. And we had to improve the construction of it so
Yep.
it would be able to handle cars and off-road. And then that was probably when we realized, hey, we're onto something here. This is a new way to camp. This is a new way to go camping without a caravan. The four-wheel drive canopy. And that was when we knew we were onto something. But it's always been a slow burn. Like there wasn't a particular time where the company all of a sudden took off.
No, it never does. It always, like, people think you're an overnight success, but it's little changes,
little bits
done daily, weekly, and suddenly you start like, hang on, where did this come from? What's that all about?
We tweak things over time. Like we're always learning from customers, and we take their feedback on board. We've got a rule of like, it's a rule of 3. So if we get feedback from a customer, I bring up, hey, I've got this particular fridge and I've got this issue with it. We're like, oh, okay, haven't had that before. Well, we have a chat about it in the office. We'll fix it. If we get a second phone call, we're like, oh, we've had 2 phone calls about this. We get the third and we're on it. We're like, okay, we've had 3. There's got to be something we can improve, or there's got to be a way we can update our instruction manual or our owner's manual or installation.
Yep.
But at that point, when we have something happen for a third time, we're on it, and we meet and we solve it, and then we move on to the next thing. So it's like constant evolution, constant improvement. You know, we never stop. We're always looking to make tweaks. And a lot of this stuff you can't see. Like most of the good things we do in fridges are not visible. It might just be one little component inside the fridge that we've upgraded that makes the fridge stronger and it's going to last longer. Yeah. But nobody knows it's there. So another example is our tall, big upright fridges. So big caravan fridges. They've got a lot of tubing inside them that the refrigerant flows through. And the global standard is to use aluminium. That's how fridges are made. And we found that aluminium's good because it's relatively inexpensive. It conducts heat well or cold well. But there's an issue where you have joins, copper to aluminium joins. So the compressor itself has copper pipes coming out of it, and you have to join them to the aluminium. So you have parts inside the fridge where you've got these copper to aluminium joints. When you join metals of a different potential, if you get any moisture on it, it corrodes.
There's a bit of moisture on a fridge.
You can sometimes get moisture inside the fridge liner or inside the foaming.
Yeah, 100%.
So, yeah. So it can lead to issues down the track.
Yeah.
And once you get a leak inside a fridge, that's it, it's kaput. So we sat with our manufacturer a couple of years ago and we're like, how can we do something better? And he's like, oh, well, you could use copper, but it's very expensive. I'm like, okay, let's use copper. He's like, you sure? I'm like, yeah. He's like, well, it's going to cost this much more and we're going to order it in. I'm like, yeah, well, let's use copper. So our big upright fridges are now 100% copper. Inside, can't see it. You don't know it's there. But they should last 20 years as opposed to 10.
Have you seen an increase in sales because they're copper?
That's interesting that we're starting to, because the fridgies, when they find out, the service agents, that our fridges are all copper, they're recommending them to customers. So let's say a customer goes to his local fridgie. I've got a 5-year-old caravan fridge from brand A. And the guy says, look, it's got an internal leak. We can't fix it. And he's like, oh, dang it. What do I do? He goes, well, you could buy Bushman because they're full copper and it'll probably last 20 years. So that's started to gain some traction in that area. I mean, I don't know whether it's something that the general consumer would understand. You know, we advertise it on our website, but would you understand, or a general person, that 100% copper is a better way to go? Probably not. No. But we do it anyway.
Yeah, but again, that's just part of your customer service and core values. I always known you to make good decisions, especially in business, right? Because you make decisions, you analyze. Once you've made the decision, go. How do you decide where to invest in Bushman versus holding back and waiting and just like trusting that? How do you go about that decision?
Yeah, in terms of like capital investment?
Capital investment, IT or anything, just like we've joked you could get a massive warehouse,
Yeah.
put the money out there, invest. Great for the marketing.
We could no doubt grow the business a lot more than we do at the moment.
But why haven't you?
Because
but
I like small business.
yeah, but what I'm trying to say is like, you're not doing this to showboat. You've got a very successful business. You're controlled in what you're very good in this space.
Yeah. We could get bigger. Like, so we could move to Thomastown and buy a massive factory and put some sales reps on and pick up new customers, big caravan manufacturers. We could sell fridges to the big retail companies.
Yep.
At the moment, we don't sell to any big retail companies. None of them. None of your big box camping, fishing, outdoor stores are our customers. They ring us all the time. And we're like, no, I'm sorry, it's not part of our business model. Our business model is we want to look after the end customer, and we want to look after all the small and medium-sized businesses because that's what we're good at. And that support we give them, they don't get from our competitors. So there's the companies we compete against are big. We're talking big, global, international companies with massive marketing budgets and sales reps in every state, and that's a really good business model for them because it works. They want all the big fish, they want all the big customers, and we're happy just to have all the smaller customers because it gives us a point of difference, and we enjoy working with them. I'm not a big fan of corporate. I've never been a big fan of big corporations. And that's not to say that the way I go about it is the right way or the wrong way. It's just the way I like to do it.
A lot of people would go the other way. They'd want the big everything.
Bigger, faster, stronger.
Yeah.
Yeah. I might have mentioned this once before, but I've never read a book called How to Build a Good Small to Medium-Sized Business. How not to grow your business, or how to look after your customers. It's generally about how to get bigger. Like
Scale.
Corporate world is bigger, faster, stronger.
Scale.
It's all about scale. Like people say, if your business isn't growing, it's dying.
I'm a believer of that, but you're always innovating within your business, but you innovate within the space of your business, and it's really worked well for you. You know what levers to pull. You know when something needs to be changed. You can make quick, agile decisions. If you see a problem with your fridges, you don't have to go to a board to say, hey, you just change it.
We make quick decisions.
You make
instantly
good, quick, educated decisions.
Yeah.
And you've had a lot of success. Let's talk about some stuff that hasn't worked out. You ever made a big money decision that looked right on paper, ticked all the boxes, everyone said yes, you went for it, and it failed? That ever happened to you?
Yeah, I'm sure it has. Probably not a big money decision.
Oh, but big,
I've made some bad investments in the stock market.
Yeah, we don't. Yeah, that's more personal though.
I've made some mistakes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Possibly. I think I said earlier that I started my first business when I was 24. Let's say that was my first successful business.
Yeah.
I started my first business when I was 18, when I first left school with my cousin, and we went and leased a shop on Chapel Street.
This I do not know.
What the fuck? We were 18 years old. We set up a company. We leased a shop on Chapel Street. It was $5,000 a month. We fitted it out, and we started a mobile phone business shop. And we ran it for about 6 months, and I didn't know what I was doing. He probably had a better idea of what he was doing. And we went broke after 6 months.
I had no idea this story.
Yeah. It didn't work. It knocked me back a little bit.
Have you ever had a job?
Yeah, I've had a few jobs.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Small stuff. Yeah.
Small stuff.
Like you didn't have a career. Like I had a 15-year career in recruitment before I started on my own, working for someone else.
I had a few different jobs. My first real job, I actually worked at in a factory called Kodak. making
Oh, yeah.
film.
Fuck, that would have been.
When I was probably 19, and I actually ran a film spooling machine in the dark. So they trained
What?
me. Yeah,
How the fuck does that work?
pitch black, zero light,
Okay.
no red light, zero light. So they've got these huge machines, maybe 6-7 meters long, a couple of meters wide, and they were single operator, and they would train you with the lights on over a period of about a month, and then they would turn the lights off because you had to run it in complete darkness. So there were big tubs of film, and my job was in the dark to get the film, put it on this machine, keep all the hoppers full, and it would produce the rolls of film. So if there was an issue or a jam in the machine, I had to know where to go and how to fix it. Like you could have your eyes closed; it didn't make any difference. It was completely black. So that was a cool job.
Fuck, that's wicked.
Only lasted about 6 months because it was like morning afternoon shift, and it just messed me up too much.
Yeah, I
Kodak's gone now. Factory's no longer there. I think it's housing. Well,
Kodak's gone full stop.
yeah.
There's a company, massive corporate company, that didn't listen to its own people. Like they had all the patents for digital.
They did. They knew it was coming.
They knew it was coming.
Yeah.
And still the arrogance of management to keep going down that road.
It'd be hard though, wouldn't it, when you've got a massive global business and it's a great business and it's been great for so long, and you've got all the machines and the infrastructure, and they're probably very profitable, to then pivot. How do you
look what's happened?
Business.
IBM kind of went the same way. Man, the one that has kind of worked out okay was Amex switching from travelers checks to credit cards.
Travelers checks, I know those. They still exist?
Oh,
no,
but that was their biggest business. And when they came up with the idea we should move into credit cards, from what I understand, the internal fucking arguments. Why are we getting into credit? We're making so much money with travelers checks, like literally printing money, just printing stacks on stacks on stacks.
Warren Buffett loves Amex, doesn't he?
Yeah.
What are his big investments? American Express,
Amex.
Coca-Cola. His
Amex.
long term.
Yeah, Amex, Coca-Cola.
Apple, but that's obviously a later edition.
No, I think he's selling down Apple. I think he's also got.
He was GE for a while, wasn't he?
GE sold out of that. He's like all the big like
Baskin Robbins.
I think it's either that or Wendy. It's like Wendy. He's got it. I think McDonald's. He's these big staples.
He loves his cherry cola. Every day on the way to work, he says he stops at Macca's. He's now sort of semi-retired from that job, and he'd grab a muffin and a coffee, and then get to work and he'd have a cherry cola.
Has your relationship with money changed since you've become more successful?
No.
What is your relationship with money?
I'm not sure.
What is your relationship with money? Do you believe money is renewable, or do you think it should be hoarded?
No, it shouldn't be hoarded.
Why?
I've always, once I started my first business in my early 20s, I've always spent a lot of money, but I've always felt like it's going to come back.
Yep.
It's coming.
I've seen
back.
the bills on your car bills, mate.
It's coming back. So I don't sweat on it. I feel like I've got the potential for money to keep coming in somehow.
Yep. It's just going to work out.
Yeah. Even when I was a kid, my mum says to me, that if I had, $5, it was like burning a hole in my pocket. All I wanted to do was spend it. Maybe that hasn't changed, but I always feel like it'll come back around.
The one thing, and I've seen some of your bills on your car bills, is I've always shocked at how expensive bonnets are on cars. Like you've sent me some bills on those, and I'm like, that carbon fiber, is that fucking much?
Yeah.
Like body panel, like fuck me.
Yeah. What does it cost to get a carbon fiber hood from overseas?
You've done it.
Fitted.
You've done. You could tell.
I don't know. Is it 5 or 10 grand?
You told me
possibly
the Mustang was 10 plus,
possibly, yeah.
And the BMW, I don't want to say publicly.
Yeah. It's a great bonnet.
It's a fucking beautiful bonnet.
Yeah.
But until you told me you changed it, I hadn't noticed. I went, oh, fuck, you have. And listen, it works.
We call that a cooling upgrade.
Oh,
It's
100%.
got holes in it. You know, it's on cars. If something's got a hole in it, it's more expensive.
You know, you're at a point now where Bushman's self-sustaining. You don't have to be the business all the time, but you choose to be there. You're always there. When I'm speaking to you, you're generally always at the shop. I know you said you don't plan, but where do you sort of see your car and money philosophy going in the next couple of years?
I started a race team, and
Go on.
my uncle was into racing, and I'm a bit of a noob at all this. So he said to me, he goes, I know a guy who became a millionaire from starting a race team. I'm like, oh, okay, this sounds like a good story. My uncle's a very wise man. Call him Yoda. I said, oh, tell me, how did that happen? He goes, well, he started with 5 million and ended up with 1.
I was about to say, I
I
don't
was
know.
like, okay, great.
Other than Penske, even Penske, I don't know anyone who's got makes money from their race team.
No, so I always, up until a couple of years ago, I always thought that if you drove a race car, that you were getting paid. But I've since found out that it's just like any other sport or hobby, you know, whether you play golf or whether you go to the snow or you play tennis, is you're not getting paid to play that sport. You're playing it because you enjoy it. And motorsport's the same. It's expensive, but I love it.
I'm going to ask you a personal question, and you can choose to answer in any way you want.
Fire away.
Have cars ever been a distraction from building Bushman?
No. Oh, depends who you ask. The other boys might.
I'm
say yes.
asking you.
No. Business always comes first. Business and family. Everything else is second.
What's your rule around when you allow yourself to upgrade your lifestyle? Do you have to have done something particular in the business, something for the family first? What's your, I'm not going to feel guilty about doing this for myself?
Yeah. I don't live a flashy lifestyle.
No, you do not, sir.
So I'm not into, bling or expensive clothes or expensive watches. I'm actually really not into super expensive cars. So my cars are all, it's a BMW, it's a Ford Mustang, it's a Toyota X6,
yeah.
an old Holden.
It's more what you do to them what makes them expensive.
Yeah, it does. So I'm not into the flashy lifestyle. I don't know. Actually, I don't really think about it too much. I don't think about my lifestyle or how to upgrade.
As people were talking about these things, like the amount of bullshit and noise out there on this is the secret way to success and this is how you scale and you got to go big and crazy and all these things. But the more real entrepreneurs that I talk to, the more it's like, well, it's none of that. It's like just doing a really good job and building something that people actually want. But I don't know. What do you guys think about that? Like, what do you think to the person who's like, no, it's about sales. It's about scale. Let's go as big and bold as you can. Like, what do you say to that person? Because it sounds exciting.
Let's talk about word of mouth.
Let's talk about word of mouth.
Seriously, let's talk about word of mouth. This is something we haven't spoken about. And it's... it's the opposite of networking.
Mm-hmm.
So, it's the opposite of building a personal brand. It's the opposite of online advertising and marketing and having sales reps. Word of mouth.
But you are a sales rep.
At Bushman, we don't have any sales reps. So I told the story earlier about how I drove around the country in 2015.
Yeah.
And I met a lot of small stores and businesses. Mm-hmm. And that was a really good starting point for me understanding the business and for me to get out there and learn about who are these customers.
Yep.
And how do they operate. And it was probably as much market research as it was about sales.
Yep.
Because in going out and meeting all these small stores, I found out what all the pain points were. Which refrigeration suppliers do you use? Oh, I use this company. And what are they like? Oh, they're a bit shit. Oh, okay. Or which company do you use? I use this one. Are they good? Yeah, I really like them. Why do you like them? I like them because of...
better questions, though. You're asking the questions that the big boys are not asking.
And it was as much market research as it was actually selling product. Because at the end of that year, we sold a bit more than we did the year before, but not a shit ton more. But from that...
Yeah, but you've got to change people's buying habits.
Not necessarily. We had to come up with a solution to their problems. And the problems I was hearing were the big companies we buy fridges from don't look after us.
Mm-hmm.
The big companies we buy fridges from sell them through big box retailers,
Mm-hmm.
retail for less than what we can buy them from trade. And I was like, are you serious? They're like, yeah. I'm ABC.
Say that again.
I'm
I
ABC.
heard you. but
Yeah.
like-
So I'm ABC Camping Store in Toowoomba.
right.
Right. I'm the local camping, fishing store, and all the locals are coming in and they're buying all their stuff from me. And I've got this range of fridges.
Mm.
The customers said to me, my buy price on these fridges is more expensive than if I went and bought them from a big box retailer. And I'm like, are you serious? They're like, yeah. So I'm like, are you selling them at a loss? They said, pretty much. And I was like, okay, this is bonkers. This doesn't make sense at all. And the more customers I went to, the more people told me the exact same story.
Is that because your competitors thought, well, we're going to margin this crap out of this, and they're going to use our product as a magnet, and they'll sell other things?
Because they've got the brand, right? So you're a big established brand, and you're well known, and you've been around for decades, and people like your product. When you do a deal with a big box retailer, so a big national camping store, big national...
Well, they're all owned by the same guys, aren't they?
There's a couple of groups that own them all. That's, they're buying hundreds or thousands of fridges from you at a time. So you're giving them the lowest price that you have. And then they're putting them on sale. And the price they're selling them for is less than what the little guy can buy them from you at wholesale price. So the little guy is a bit like, I have to sell this product because this is the market leader, but we don't make any money out of it. And I'm like, man, that's bonkers. That can't be right. And everyone was telling me the same thing. So we were like, okay, there's an issue with not looking after these small businesses, and there's an issue with customer service. So they were also saying, then if we have a problem and we ring this company, we're not getting looked after.
Yeah. Okay.
No one's coming back to us. And then they'd say things like the sales rep drops in, once every quarter, and he comes in and meets us. And I say to him the same thing. We can't buy fridges from you at less than what we can buy them for from a big online retailer. And, we don't get any customer support from you. And they're a bit like, oh, well, we are big, well-known brand, and that's just the way it is.
Now I understand more about your niche with Bushman.
So we were like, we got to solve this problem. So I saw an opportunity to look after the small businesses in Australia. Look after the small camping store, the small fishing store, the guy who only wants to buy one fridge at a time or two fridges at a time, and give them an opportunity to buy a Bushman fridge that's a good product that they can actually make some margin out of. And then they know when there's a problem, they ring, I answer the phone, one of the other owners answer the phone, and we just fix it. So that was probably the thing I learned when I drove around the country. I'm like, okay, there's a massive gap in this market here because this is crazy. It just doesn't make any sense. So we went about...
And it's a good market as well.
We went about fixing it, and we fixed it. And, we gave the small companies an opportunity to sell a good product and a good brand, to make some money out of it. It was pretty simple.
Well, it's a similar thing with Xero, right? Like the accounting software, like they sort of went after the smaller operators, the small to medium-sized businesses when their competitors are trying to go as big as they can, get as much market share as they can. But I think that's so interesting. It's like, hang on a minute, let's not focus on this big, shiny, massive object. Let's actually talk to people and see what they need.
Same. Well, I don't know if this is a wives' tale, Chinese whispers, but my understanding with Xero was the guy used to work for MyOb, told MyOb to go. This is when accounting software was CD based, like software.
Yeah. Well, MyOb was it.
Yeah, and then he said, I think we should go down the digital, and they said, what the fuck you talking about? He left, started Xero, and then MyOb pivoted to digital.
They did. They were a few years behind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have never used MyOb in my 15-year company ownership odyssey story.
What do you use?
Xero.
Yeah, same. We use Xero now. In my previous business, we used MyOb, and MyOb was fine.
Yeah, mine was fine.
When I started the Bushman, Paul was using Xero, and I'm like, okay, let's have a look at this Xero. And I was like, wow, how easy is this?
Yeah.
Easy. Like, it's it didn't have 1,000 menus. I didn't have to go from inside one menu into another menu to try and work out what I was doing, and it has all this machine learning in it where it automatically matches stuff and it says, is this right? You just go, yes, 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 yes. Simple. But that's a good business. Xero is amazing.
Just around the corner, huh? Richmond.
Yeah,
Is
yeah.
it?
Yeah.
Come on. So what about that idea of word of mouth? Like, how do you actually start word of mouth? Like, if I'm looking at, all right, I need to grow my business, I need to grow sales, and my plan is going to be word of mouth. Like, how do you
Tommy, look after the little guy.
Yeah. Or it could be look after the big guy.
No, but just look after someone.
You've got to find a gap in the market.
Like,
There has to be a gap. Like, you can't just start a business and think, I'm going to make pies and they're going to be good pies and I'm going to sell them. You know, it's another pie store, right? Like, why? There has to be, you've got to find your customers and work out what's the problem that you're going to solve for them. Because businesses, if you're selling to business, you've got to work out what problem is it that business has and how are you going to solve it for them. And to do that, you've got to go and speak to some of these customers and you've got to find out what the problems are. Because if you can't solve a problem for them, why would they use you? If you're offering, sorry mate, if you're offering a similar service, hey, I'm going to offer,
100%.
I'm running recruiting. Who do you use? I use Acme Recruit.
ABC Recruiter.
Yeah. How are they? Oh, they're fine. They're pretty good. Are you happy with them? Yeah, they're okay. Okay, well, we're also okay. Do you want to use us? They might go, well, maybe, but why?
I had that problem, still have that problem, but I worked out a problem that my clients didn't know they had. And when I explained it to them, they went, fuck. So my competitors love using their contractors, their staff, as advertising billboards. So XYZ recruitment company branding on all the PPE.
Yeah.
So people come and see them. I went to a client and say, hey, wouldn't it be nice to use labour hire that hasn't got branding all over it? So when your clients come and visit you, they know that you got an inclusive workforce? And I went, yes. So TRS doesn't have branded PPE.
Do you brand it with your clients?
I could if I wanted to. I'll ask them.
Yeah.
I'll ask them, but they love it. And when my guys set fire to my welders, my Boilermakers seem to love setting fire to their PPE.
Yeah.
So when I'll get them some new,
Okay.
I'll get them some new stuff and we just replace it, right? But like, I love solving problems like that. You know, giving something so then my client goes, oh, they're just, everyone looks the same. Yeah, all good, inclusive.
Yeah.
There's also you sort of not giving up a little bit, but like there's a branding opportunity there for you. Like someone could say, but you know, Tav, like if you put all your branding on everything, like your business is going to grow even more if everyone can see you.
It's interesting. Like both answers are correct. Like when I ran labour hire, our guys were always branded, so they looked smart, and so they felt part of the team, our team. And they enjoyed that. Like they liked the fact that they could come and work for us and they could get, you know, Stockdale personnel, nice T-shirts or polo tops, and they could be part of our business. So that was correct because that was free marketing for us.
Yep.
Plus, you know, it made our employees feel part of the team. But it could also be, you know, another solution for your customer who has a lot of clients coming through to OK Jobs or whatever it is, and they would prefer to see that the casual staff, if they're branded in the actual company, then they look smarter again, I guess. But either's right, and it might depend on the business. Coming back to the point, you've got to find a problem that you're going to solve. That's what people are going to pay you for. And that, with a product, that's a gap in the market. What's the gap in the market? Bunnings were really good at this. So when Bunnings first started getting big and they bought out McEwen's, I used to love going to Bunnings. Oh, I loved it because you'd go in there, in the electrical department was a retired electrician. So they hired ex-tradespeople that were generally older, so 50s and 60s. And you'd go in the plumbing department, it was an ex-plumber. And so you used to be able to go into Bunnings, I'm talking 15 years ago, and they knew everything. and I love going there. It was such a good experience. And I must say now it's probably
They've all
not
retired.
quite the
They've
same
moved on.
experience because the staff don't necessarily come from the background
No.
in the department that
100%.
they're working in. And for me as a customer, the experience isn't as good. But I don't have a lot of other choice. Where do I go? You know, I can go to Mitre 10, I can go to Home Hardware. Yeah, I'm not sure if I want to pick on Bunnings on this.
No, I don't think we should pick on.
podcast.
I was at Mitre 10.
We love Bunnings. We love Bunnings.
We do love Bunnings. We do love Bunnings.
We love Bunnings.
I think we might do this again, and I might say XYZ hardware firm.
Listen, I love Bunnings.
I do.
I was at Mitre 10 the other day because I needed some bolts. So we don't have
What
those.
do you need bolts for?
Well, I needed some M8 bolts because I'd moved offices and I ended up smashing the TV in the move. So I got a new TV.
Mm-hmm.
But the new
And you
TV,
fix it with bolts.
yeah. Because I had to put it on. We got it on a moving stand, so we can move around the office, right? But the problem is the new TV I got had different bolt sizes to the original bolts I had to attach, so I had to go get new bolts. But they didn't have the bolts, and the guy at Mitre 10 almost told me to go to Bunnings.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't know if they, think like. There's again about the whole corporate experience.
But that's okay. If he's solved that for you and told you where you can get those bolts.
Yeah, I ended up getting.
You would probably go back to that store.
I did go. Yeah, I do. I don't mind going out of my way to support a business.
Yeah, like we don't always have the right fridge for our customer. Customers will ring. I'll answer the phone. They'll say, "Hey, I've got this particular caravan and this is the size cutout I've got and I want to replace my fridge and this is what I want to use it for." And sometimes I'll think, we probably haven't got the right fridge for that. And I'll say to them, we probably don't have the right fridge for that. And they're like, well, what fridge do I need? And, I'm not afraid to say, this particular brand, they have a certain series and they're good. So I can definitely say that those ones are going to work for you. Or it might be a customer. I had one this week that was trying to decide, should I buy a chest fridge or an upright fridge?
Ooh.
Yeah. So we have a little bit of discussion about it. And I find that the way he's going to use it, he probably needs a big chest fridge, 60 or 80 litre. And we don't sell a big chest fridge.
Why not?
Yeah, it's a good question. It's just something we haven't developed yet. We mostly focus now on upright and drawer fridges. I was able to say to this guy,
I tell you what,
we probably don't have the right fridge for you. And that was okay, because I honestly didn't think that we did.
Until I met you, I didn't even know a drawer fridge existed because I saw it on your social. What the fuck is that? Oh, it's a drawer fridge.
Drawer fridges are cool.
They're pretty cool, man. I want to get myself a fridge after this.
I know someone who can help.
We know, yeah.
We'll look after Jane.
I had a question around the. Tommy, are you trying to purposely not grow your business bigger than it is? Because like we were saying before, and I think Tav and I would agree on this. Like, well, more revenue is great. I can hire more people. I can do more. If I've got it set up right, there's going to be more profitability in there. But what are your thoughts on that?
Our goal isn't to grow the business. But our goal isn't to necessarily not grow the business. Our goal is just to continue to do what we do well. And if the business grows, then it grows. And if it doesn't, then it doesn't. Because I'm a very firm believer in our business model and the way we go about it. And it's unique. There's no one else that does what we do the way we do it.
No one. Especially in Australia.
If we were a big corporate, then our goal would always be to grow, because that's what a big corporate does. Like every year you want to grow 10% of turnover, right? But that's not our goal. Our goal is to...
But that's not you. If you sold to a big corporate, you'd be out. You would stay there for 6 months.
I couldn't stay.
You'd ring me every day, miserable.
I couldn't stay.
Yeah.
I couldn't do it because it'd just be bigger, faster, stronger. Just for the point of trying to grow a business and make more money, which is fine. And that's what most businesses do. But for us, it's a lot more than that. It's about the simple things, and I keep coming back to it again, like a broken record. It's about looking after your customers.
Yeah. But
It's about making it easy for them to speak to us, to find out what fridge do I need, or to help answer questions for them, or to look after them if they've had an issue with their fridge.
you've
And
answered
if by doing that we grow,
Yeah.
great. But if we don't, that's also okay. The only caveat to that, I guess, is if our business was shrinking and shrinking and we were losing customers and they weren't happy, then obviously our philosophy then needs to change.
Yeah, but
because something's wrong.
Yeah, but you would take that internal switch because you've done your life on your terms. Like you worked really hard in your 20s and your 30s. You've ticked off that. You've got the family. You've set the family up. You've done all that stuff. Now you're at a point in your life where you want to start doing more things for you, not necessarily what's right for Bushman, more for you. But Bushman, you adjust Bushman to make sure that it still gets what you need.
Yeah, and I really enjoy going to work.
You love going to work.
Like I often find weekends harder than weekdays because
No, I never hear from you on the weekend because you're always driving the car, driving the Porsche.
Yeah, I can be, but on the weekend I've got I've got to create something to do. Whereas I'll often Sunday night, it'll get towards the end of the night, and I'm like, oh, I can just go to work tomorrow. And we often come into work and the boys and we talk about we go to work to relax because we know what to do, we know how to do it, we enjoy it, and it is almost a place for us to go and relax because there's nothing that we're unsure of at work. We don't get there and think, oh, what do I need to do today? Or what am I going to do today? Like on holidays, I'm often like, what am I going to do today? I've got to come up with something new to do every day, but I can go to work and I know exactly what to do. The phone's going to ring and I'm going to answer it. It's going to be a customer. I'm going to look after them. They're going to be happy.
You go nuts on holidays. I've been on a holiday with you, sort of such, and you go fucking nuts. You're always busy. Come on, that's bullshit. You holiday better than anyone I know.
Oh, I don't know if I do.
Bullshit.
I don't know if I do. Maybe, but
You're speccing a new car.
Going to work is easier than going on holidays.
Yeah, true.
It is. Often I'll come back from holidays and I'm like,
it's kind of your circus, so you know what I mean?
I need to go back to work to relax.
Yeah, it's because it's your creation. It's your
all the boys are the same. We're all the same. We all come in and go, oh, here we are. How good's this? We know what to do. We know exactly how to do it. We're making people happy.
Someone asked me this the other day. What would you do if you had to start over again? And I didn't have an answer.
Could you do it?
I'd have no choice. I know I'd never go back to a job.
But if you had a choice, let's say...
Or I had no choice. Like, let's say TRS, just like whatever, the government outlawed recruitment.
Yeah.
Shut us. Yeah.
If you had to do it, you could do it.
Yeah.
But what if you didn't have to do it? Like, let's say something happened and someone bought you out and you had enough money not to work.
Well, you've done this.
I didn't have enough money not to work.
You got a dressing gown.
I'm asking questions now.
Yeah. Fine.
Welcome to Tom's podcast.
I tell you what, you're fucking wicked.
What if you didn't have to work, what would you do?
I know what I'd build. And that's all I've got so far. I would build a warehouse for my car collection.
That'd keep you busy.
And
you'd have to go out and buy a whole heap of cars.
I've got to buy a whole cars.
Yeah.
And then I have an office there. And that's as far as I've got. And like we've just moved the office to Cremor, and there is a lot of warehouses there that have got some interesting collections, and I really like that idea. I like building a safe space where I can think. And I think it's why I also like going to work as well.
If you didn't have the same intensity that TRS brings, like would you feel like you'd be happy, or would you just be like, oh man, like I want something to get, sink my teeth into?
I don't know, because TRS is always something going on. Like it's just never fucking stops.
The Boilermakers.
You've seen my fucking phone line up with some fucking drama, and I remember those days.
Saturday, Sunday.
Yeah, just
24 hours a day.
24 hours a day. And
it's a tough business. Labor hire is a tough business.
Yeah, a tough business to get right. And like I'm so fucking used to it, right? And I'm used to the constant ups and downs and sideways, and you know, I do struggle with this question because I don't know what I would do outside of recruitment, but inevitably, I'm 46. I know by 50, I need to be out of it. Whether I still own TRS is fine, but I know I need to be out of it in the next 3.5 years.
Could you work for someone else?
No. I saw my mentor work for someone else, and he was dead within 3 years. 4 years.
I don't think I could work for someone else. Not because I wouldn't want to. I love the idea of that. But I just don't know that they'd be happy with the way I went about things, because I probably don't do the corporate norms.
No.
So this potential car collection, what would it consist of? Can we do like a...
Yeah, no, I've already got it.
Can we do a 4-car garage or a 5-car garage? So we're talking daily driver?
Yeah, so we've got...
Sports car, supercar, old collector's car.
Yeah, okay. So
do we need an EV in there?
No. Do you want to lose my number? I will suggest...
So my son...
I don't know what I do without you, Tommy, man. It's like, no fucking EV.
My son Jimmy and I, we like to play this game. So if we go to a Cars and Coffee, we'll set the ground rules in the car on the way there. We're like, okay, is it a 3-car garage or a 5-car garage?
Yep.
And then the rules are that we have to each choose a car. So we'll take it in turns. But if someone chooses it, then the other person can't have the same car. So this is obviously a problem when we get there and there's a GT3 RS, because we both know we want it for our sports car. If there's 2, that's okay. There's only one, it's a major problem.
SVJ Aventador. F40.
Supercar? No. Sports car.
I'll tell you what I want, and then we can put it in the brackets, or we need to change things out.
Okay.
Lana?
We'll make the categories to suit the cars that you choose.
Lana, we've already got Lana. I want an RTR, Spec 3 or Spec 5. I don't know if I'll probably lean Spec 3. SVJ Aventador or Ultimate, whatever I can get my hands on. F40, F50, and also I wouldn't mind an AMG Hammer.
What is an AMG Hammer?
It's the 2-door. It's the 560, but it's pre-AMG merging with Mercedes.
Yeah. The classic boxy one.
The classic 80s boxy one.
Nice choice. Convertible, or is that the coupe?
Coupe. I'm a big fan of convertible cars.
They look great.
But I know how we drive them, and we need chassis integrity.
It's a bit like a car with a sunroof. Like, it always seems like a great idea. How often? I mean, for me personally, sunroof. I've got cars with sunroofs. I never open them.
You never fucking do anything. See,
never.
I love the Diablo, right? I love the old Lambos, but the way Lambo does its marketing is amazing, right? And we have good friends in Lamborghini. We have friends who have Lamborghinis, but I've never felt my soul really connecting with modern cars.
Modern? What do you classify as modern?
2020 onwards.
That's pretty modern. That's pretty new.
Well, anything with a hybrid.
Yeah, hybrids are out. What about hybrid electric turbo?
Fuck off.
So it's just spooling the turbo so you don't get turbo lag.
No.
I think I'd agree. There's something nice just about the rawness.
You're bringing me around to Porsche,
car.
but I haven't driven enough Porsches to make an educated decision whether I want one or not. I am like you, though. The car has to talk to me. You knew when you bought the cars you bought that they were your cars, even before you took delivery of them, before you even put the money up for them. You knew they were your cars.
Yeah.
If I don't have that with a car, I'm not buying it. That's why I bought Lana sight unseen, because I knew I wanted that car. It had this, it had analog gauges. I wanted analog gauges. I wanted 1 year paint color. Got that. Done. Bought the car. Guy went and pick it up. Do you want to take it for a test drive as per your thing? No, it's fine. We're good. Bye. you trust your gut, right? And I've done that with all business. Done that with girls that I've dated. I just knew I was going to date her. Done that with employees. Done that with really trust my gut instinct, right? I knew you and I were going to be friends. Second I spoke to you, we're sitting at the lights there. Hey, cool. Yeah, we could be
I
friends.
was like, who's this crazy guy in the Mustang with a massive cigar?
We can be friends. And I'm like, talking to you, going, what the fuck happened to the guy in the BMW? Where the fuck is he? Well, I haven't, he was there, and then we all just fucking scattered, and
I'm like, oh, you enjoying your cigar? You say to me, yeah, I've got a case in the back.
yeah, 40 in the back. You're like, what?
I was like, okay.
That was our first bull rush together. That was mad.
That was good.
That was good.
That was good.
Last year was good as well.
Yeah.
But that one was, special. But I knew today was going to be good.
Well, you're pretty intuitive like that, Tav. Like you almost have this, almost like this sixth sense. Maybe it's from all the recruitment and you're just seeing so many people, but like you're pretty quick to be like, oh, that person doesn't give me a good vibe, or oh, I trust that person. And I think they're
yeah. We have a acquaintance in common, and
Yes.
I told you pretty early on, I'm not sure about.
yeah. You flagged it. You flagged it. I probably didn't listen to you at the time, but you did. You did flag it.
Yeah. You do get but everybody has that, I think, a sense about a person when you meet them, and it might not be whether they're a good or a bad person. It might just be whether whether you've got a lot in common with them.
Prime example, you and me driving. Like, we know people we can drive with, get a good feel, we're all good. Other people, you and I go, nah, fuck, we're not that.
What do you mean by you can't drive with them? Like what?
No, you just feel like you just pull up alongside of them and you start driving in a convoy or whatever, and you just...
This is important on a racetrack.
Yeah.
Even on a track day, I generally spend the first session on an open track day. So all different people there in different cars and road cars and all sorts of things. I generally spend the first session just trying to feel out the other cars that are in my group. Is this person using their mirrors? Do they know I'm behind them or not? And often when you start out, you don't use your mirrors because you're inexperienced and you're so busy thinking about what's in front of you. And that's cool. I was exactly the same. Or is this person not using their mirrors because they don't give a shit? Or are they just dangerous, or they have no spatial awareness? So you've got to suss that out pretty early on. Who do you want to let past? Who do you sort of want to stay away from?
And who's
Just
going
so you
to
can
close
be
the door on you because they
Stay
don't see
good
you
for
there.
yourself. Yeah, and it happens. It happens. You spoke about Porsches before. I've only ever driven one Porsche in my life,
Yeah, but you're bringing me around to it.
and that's a cup car.
Yeah.
I haven't driven a road Porsche. I don't know anyone that's got one.
Yeah, we do. We know a few people.
Simon.
Simon, if I wanted to drive it, he could.
Yeah.
But he's watching this going, no the fucking way am I letting him drive my Porsche?
A Porsche is just, and Andy said this to me when I was tracking my BMW, my M3, and I was starting to get pretty quick, and it got to a point where he said, you probably need to buy a race car. I'm like, oh, why? He said, because it's... because you're pushing this road car so hard that if something goes wrong...
It's going to go wrong back.
Then your car would be written off, because you don't, a road car, you only have to hit a wall at 40 kilometers an hour and the road car's written off. Yeah. And if you come off quicker than that, you could really hurt yourself. This was a very good justification to buy a race car. So I did. I bought a race car, and I'm like, well, what sort should I buy? And he said, well, the best production race car in the world is a Porsche GT3 Cup car. It's the most successful single make race series in the world. And, Porsche, as far as sports cars go, clearly make the best sports cars for road, and they make the best production race cars. So, yeah, we ended up buying one, 991.2 2019 GT3 Cup car. And the first time I drove it, actually, the first time I drove it, I thought it was broken, because I'd never even been in a race car. So
I've done a lot in the last 2 years, man.
A road car and a race car is not the same thing. My uncle always said that to me, and I didn't understand. I always thought, well, my road car's got pretty hard suspension, and how different can it be? So we've got this Cup car, and I'm at Phillip Island, and I took it out, and the noise and the vibrations, And the gear changes, like it changes gears and this thing's slamming gears and the brakes are squealing and the whole car sort of vibrates and shakes the faster it goes.
Violent.
I thought, it's freaking broken. So I took it back to Andy and I'm like, mate, there might be something wrong with the car. He's like, why? I'm like, oh, the noise and the shaking. He goes, no, that's
Normal.
fine. It's normal. I'm like, okay.
And you got to drive it quicker to make it work.
You do.
And get downforce.
Worst thing you can do in a race car is drive it slowly because they don't work.
I've never been attracted to racing. I've tried it.
Mm.
You're getting me there. I don't feel that desire like you do. I like supporting you with your racing. That's fun for me. I'll do a couple of
I
sightings.
like having you there.
I like being there. I like hanging out with you. We need to hang out more.
Come on Sunday to Sandown, have a look.
All right, I'll come on Sunday. I'll come down.
See the smiles on all these kids' faces when they hop out of these cars.
Done. I'll come down and say hi.
Amazing. It'd be amazing.
Yeah. Something weird happens when you and I are driving together. As in good weird. As in we just start, I don't know. Things start working good. I like it. Yeah. Everyone needs outlets, right? But I kind of feel like what we do is good. People don't understand it. I don't care. People think you probably spend too much money on your cars. Who cares? Fuck them. I don't know. It's a bit like me in podcasting. I enjoy it. You and racing is like me and podcasting.
Yeah, I can see you love podcasts.
I don't do it for money. You know,
I did ask you that this morning.
you did ask me that this morning. I don't do this for money.
Mm.
You know, it would be nice to be sponsored, but I don't know if the sort of content that we make would want to be sponsored. So, you know,
I like watching podcasts.
well, I like watching podcasts. You're good on podcast, right? But like, I guess we all do things not for the money. Like we've all got something that we do, right? I like to podcast. I like to go on road rallies. You also like to road rally, but you really like to race cars.
I love to race cars. Just trying to explain it. It's sort of like,
We all have our vices.
we know flow state,
Mhm.
flow.
Mhm.
So flow for me is when you are doing something that requires 100% of your attention
Mhm.
and you don't have the opportunity to think about anything else.
Mhm.
So for me, this has always been surfing, snowboarding, and now it's racing cars. Surfing's great because you can catch a wave and you can get, a 10-second ride and it's amazing. Plus there's the whole ocean and other elements to it. Snowboarding is a bit like almost the endless wave. If you get on a good run and you can do a 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 minute run on a snowboard, it's like you're surfing for a long period of time. And then the first time I drove a car on a racetrack, which was about 3 years ago, there was a track day and I thought, I'll go to a racetrack and do a track day. Like, it sounds like fun. So I took my Mustang and I remember at the end of that first session, I've got out of the car and I was as high as a kite.
Mm.
And I went home that night. I couldn't sleep for days. Honestly, couldn't sleep for days. I was so excited and so pumped because I was in flow state for 20 minutes at a time, where you can't think about anything else, and you're sort of in tune with your body and the car and the reactions and your environment. I suppose it's a bit like meditation or something. Hardcore meditation.
I get it because there is, you have to focus.
You have to focus. Yeah, you don't have a choice.
You don't.
Mm.
I get that. I think the reason why I get vertigo, right? And I'm not great on roller coasters. And I think it's the same with me with racing. Like, it's the center of gravity, me being pushed around all the time. As I can do fewer laps, right? I think I'd be better at drag racing.
I could see you drag racing, for sure.
Yeah.
Mm.
Again, we have to do drag. You and I have to do drag racing.
You've got a good car for it.
Yeah, we'll put a supercharger on it and then we'll do what no one's asking us to do. We'll get it filmed. Get James to come out, shoot it up, film it. I kind of feel like my life happens to me, like, and for me, like, as in, like, you talk about flow state, right? And I love talking about the law of attraction. I think you're destined to do what you're going to do. Like, there's free choice and stuff, but I still feel that you were destined to run and build Bushman. I was destined to be a recruiter. I agree with you that my career odyssey is coming to an end, but I don't know what's next.
Do you think it's predetermined destiny?
To a point, yeah, but that comes down to your life choices and what you decide to do on a daily basis. I'm a massive believer in free will, right? I'm a massive believer in that. But I believe your destiny is self-chosen by you, by the actions that you do daily.
Yeah. So destiny is not predetermined.
Not predetermined, but it's inevitable if you keep doing X, Y, Z.
Yeah.
So if I say to someone who's starting out in business, if you work really fucking hard, and the harder you work, you'll get some luck. And in that luck, you might even make some money. But if you sit on your ass all day, not really working hard, the chances of you falling into luck is pretty fucking tiny.
It happens. Like it can happen. Like sometimes people can start a business or a product or a service just at the right time.
At the right time and timing.
You're in the right place at the right time.
Yep.
It's very, very rare. And, you see those people on YouTube, I've grew a business from $0 to $1 million a month in 12 months, selling banana lounges in Dubai or whatever it might be. And I'm like, oh, wow, that's amazing. That person's potentially been very smart. They've probably had quite a bit of luck go with them at the same time. I mean, but you can be very smart in business. I think chances are if you want to be successful in business, you're going to have to work hard.
Oh, yeah. And it not always, I've had a, I went
99% sure you're going to have to work hard.
Fuck yeah, man. I mean, and to be honest with you, I worked, my business I had in Perth, I worked my ass off with that, and that went bust on over $1 million.
Yeah.
But like, it wasn't due to not working hard. It was probably due to me working too fucking hard and not scaling to the point of what I needed to bring in revenue just consistently without me working in the business. But fuck, man, like I've learned more from people like yourself than I've ever done from a podcast or reading a book, because you people that walk the walk and talk the talk are people that I want to be friends with. I none of my friends are lazy. What I mean by that is none of my friends just, blame other events. Like they're all pretty fucking, up and coming, high.
They're ambitious people.
Yeah.
And you're sort of saying as well, you're feeling like life happens for you, like each obstacle that
my
comes
dyslexia is kicking in a bit here.
Oh, mate, you're all good.
It's like, I believe that if you work hard and you learn from the mistakes that inevitably you are going to make or shit that happens to you, you will find the right people. You will find your
I like to say it's almost like there's a path there for you, but you kind of have to uncover it and find your way to it. And I feel like a lot of the times when things are going really shit, you've kind of fallen off the path somewhere.
Oh, last year was fucked for the company.
Yeah.
Like I didn't grow last year. It was the first time ever in the history of the company I fucking went backwards in money, mindset, people. I really fucking struggled last year. Now, people say it was because a couple of things in my personal life, maybe, but also in business and in life, today was what we did today was decided previously by our actions or whatever. It's like, I love random shit coming together.
Yeah.
Like,
but it's also like, can you ever avoid that? Like, is there going to be a situation where you do every decision absolutely perfectly and then you get like a clean run and nothing bad happens? Like, I don't think so.
I've never seen it.
I've never seen it, but if it does happen, you start questioning, when the fuck is something going to jump out?
Yeah. You've got to learn from your mistakes, and you've got to make as many mistakes as possible, but try not to make the same mistake twice. And if you do, well, then definitely try not to make it a third time. And this is often easier said than done. But if you can make mistakes and learn from them, then you're getting better and better and improving. And I think I agree with what you said. Like I learned the most about business from real people, not from books or seminars, or not for something that I was paying to receive the information. And I think there's, kids these days go to YouTube. Younger kids now go to TikTok.
Yeah.
My kids want to look something up. They don't Google it anymore. I'm like, oh, let's Google it. They look it up on TikTok because they get a 10 or 20-second reel that gives them the answer straight away, visual rather than just text on Google. And there's a lot of how to be successful in business on these online platforms. Very famous or well-known celebrities, I guess, or people that have been successful in business in a way, or successful and they are selling themselves online. And you can go to their seminars and you can pay and you can subscribe to their channel.
Yeah.
And every month you get access to some new videos about how to be successful in business and in life and how to build a personal brand and these things. But what I often find is behind that, these people were generally successful starting a business originally, and then their new business is selling the dream. And in order to sell the dream, it has to look shiny and sparkly and amazing. So it's got to be like, get out there and, make 100 cold calls a day and knock on doors. And
you're flying on your private jet.
Yeah, you're flying in a personal jet and everything looks amazing and shiny. But in my experience, business is the exact opposite of that. The exact opposite. Like a successful business is the 1%ers. It's the little things that you have to get right. And if you get all the little things right in business, so you've got a good product or a good service and you're looking after your customers and you've got your pricing strategy right, so it's not too expensive and it's not too cheap, it's just right, and you're solving a problem for your customers, if you do those things right, the business will grow. And this is something that I wanted to come back to, which is word of mouth.
Yeah, that's where we started.
It's the most unsexy thing that you can say because it sounds, word of mouth. Like don't rely on word of mouth. That's the old way to do business. What you need to do now is you need to, set up an Instagram page and get 100,000 followers, and you need to have a YouTube channel, and you need to post on Facebook. Content is key. You've got to create as much content as possible. In my mind, I'm like, bro, you don't need to create any content. You don't need content unless
You personally don't.
Unless you're a business that operates in that online electronic space, then yes, you need content. But you need to look after your customers because word of mouth is still the most powerful tool there is for long-term successful business growth. Because if someone experiences a product or a service and they're happy with it, they'll tell someone else.
Yeah, okay.
And word will spread. It's not a quick way to grow a business, but it is a proven way to grow a business that will stand the test of time. And that's, for me, that's what a brand is. A brand isn't how it looks. A brand is what people say about your business when you're not there. So for us, it's about what do grey nomads talk about fridges when they're at a caravan park? What do they say about our brand when we're not there, displaying our brand? That's what a brand is. And to build that, you can't build that in 12 months. You can't build it in 2 years or 3 years. You've got to build that in decades. You've got to have given those people a positive experience so that they will talk to other people about it. And so I'm a massive believer in word of mouth. And I think if you do everything right in business and you have good product, good service, you're solving a problem for your customers and you look after your customers, your business is going to grow. You need to do marketing and advertising to get new customers in and these things as well. But it's the word of mouth that is like the secret sauce that people don't really talk about much these days, because you're not selling out the convention center doing a talk on word of mouth. You're selling it out doing a talk on personal brand or content. Content is key. So that's my philosophy, and I think it works for Bushman and it's continuing to work, and that's why every day we focus on looking after our customers.
Yeah.
As we know, if we do,
great.
they're coming back and they're gonna talk to someone else at a caravan park. What fridge do you have? Oh, I've got a Bushman fridge. How is it? Oh, I love it. Great. Or they might say, I've got a Bushman fridge. How is it? I actually had an issue. Oh, how'd it go? Oh, man, they were amazing. They solved it straight away. Oh, okay. Well, that's even better. So like, we see that as an opportunity to strengthen the offering that we have, because things go wrong with products. No product's perfect, right? You can buy an expensive brand new iPhone and open it and it's dead in the box.
Has happened.
I've had that. And then I'm like, oh, it's so frustrating. It's dead in the box. You go online to the thing and and they're like, man, we've already sent one now. It's on the way. We've express posted it. I'm like, oh, you've already sent it? Yeah, mate, I've pressed the buttons on the keyboard. It's on the way. 2 days later, it's there. I'm like, okay, what do you want me to do? Oh, we'll send you a bag and send the old one back. I had that experience with Apple. I ordered, I think, a mouse, and they sent me 2. So I say, hey, guys, you sent me a second mouse. Like, don't worry, just keep it.
They got a bit of margin.
Yeah.
Just a bit.
Don't worry about it. Obviously, it was less expensive for them to just say keep it. Then I'll create your return label, and then when you get it, it goes back to the warehouse, and the person in the warehouse has to sort it out. And where does it go now? Has it been used? Has it not been used? Don't worry about it. Just keep it. There's a well-known barbecue brand that's like this too. So you can buy like a kettle style barbecue.
Yes.
Well-known brand.
Very
and
good brand.
You can also buy a kettle barbecue, which is pretty much the same, enamel coated and same components from a company that's half the price. It's basically the same. So I brought one of these and it was really good. And then I had an issue where this plug that was on it kind of melted. So
I had a similar issue, but my
ring them
grill
up.
plate's separated.
Yeah, I ring them up. Hey, got this barbecue and this is what happened. She's like, okay, I'm going to send you a link to your phone. I'm like, great. What do you want me to do? Take a photo and send it back to this link on your phone. Send it back. She goes, oh, yeah, cool. What's your address? I'm like, so-and-so. All right, it's in Express Post. You'll have it in 2 days. I'm like, oh, how good's that?
Yeah. My grill plate separated, and they just sent a photo, and they went, yeah, they're not meant to do that. And then they actually wanted them back.
They wanted it back. They might have wanted it back to look at.
Yeah.
Like, why on earth did this plate separate?
Yeah, exactly.
Right? Yeah.
I love stuff like that.
And it's such a good way to think about it as well. Like, what are people going to say about your brand? What kind of conversations are they going to have? And I'd say for me and you, Tav, being service businesses, like there's a ton of pressure on us to do a really good job to get it to the point where people are like, yeah, this is great. I recommend them, use them again. Like it's intense.
That is a given that your product and your service needs to be really good. It can't be shite. Doesn't matter how nice you are. You're not gonna get referrals. But you're right. I mean, there is a lot of pressure in business to do a good job, because if you do a bad job, that person that tells 1 or 2 people when you've done a good job tells 20 when they've had a bad experience. Because you're much more likely to tell people about a bad experience with a business than you are with a good experience. How was your day? Oh, my day was good, except I dealt with this company and it was really crap. This is what happened. And then you're still pissed off. So then you go and you tell someone else and you tell someone else for like personal therapy. And then, that company or brand has now not just upset you, but then you've gone and told other people about that experience.
So I've got an AI chatbot that talks to ex-candidates, just candidates in the CRM, right? People that have worked for us. It's set to not to speak to anyone who's worked for us in 6 months. So as soon as if they've not worked for us in 6 months, chatbot will have a chat. And I had to put Ted on the website.
Who's Ted?
My AI chatbot.
Okay.
I named him after Teddy Bear, the movie Ted.
Teddy Bear.
Yeah. So he's named Ted.
Did he have a?
He's got a.
Has he got a filter?
Yeah.
Like a profanity filter.
Yeah. We actually had to do, but he's actually picked up issues with candidates that have worked for us, people that I had no idea about.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, well when I worked for TRS before this happened, and I'm like, when did that happen? So I ring them, and they go, oh yeah, I talked to Ted, your recruiter. And I go, that's an AI chatbot. And then what? You've been speaking to AI, but I want to talk to you about this. When did this happen? Why? I didn't want to talk to you about it. Okay, but you feel comfortable enough to talk to someone randomly who's emailing you. So that I really find that like
And how good would that feedback be?
Oh, it's great.
Because when you do a good job, yeah, it's nice to know.
How many?
But when you get something wrong, that is the bit of gold. That's the important thing that you need to know as a business when you got something wrong. You've got to get that feedback.
If I was really skeptical of putting it on, and I recommend everyone should have an AI chatbot to talk to previous client staff, suppliers, find out how we could have done something better.
Yeah, that's good.
And then, oh yeah, I'm looking for work again. And like, we're making placements now from TED, like bringing it back to the surface. But like, how good is it when you find a problem that you didn't even know existed? Oh yeah, I bought one of your fridges 3 years ago, and the reason why I haven't bought another one is I had this problem, or it didn't quite fit, or it didn't quite, or I really needed it in this color.
It happens. Like sometimes a customer is not used to getting good customer service. I mean, generally, I'd say I'm probably used to not getting very good customer service with probably most businesses. So sometimes when you have a problem with something, it's a bit like, I don't want to have to ring. I don't want to have to, I'm just going to throw it away or whatever. So we have had customers that have been like, they might put a comment on Facebook. So I manage all of our Facebook and social media comments, and every day I get on and I reply to everybody, good, bad, or indifferent. Sometimes a customer will be like, oh, I had a Bushman fridge and they're shit. I had it for 3 years and it stopped working. And I'm like, oh, hey, this is Tommy from Bushman. Do you want to email me or call me on this number? Yep. I'm happy to chat to you about it. And then they'll often then email me at work or ring, and I'll speak to them. I'm like, what happened? And they're like, oh, mate, I had it and it was crap and it did this and it did that. I'm like, have you still got it? They're like, yeah. I'm like, well, it's still under warranty. Let's go through the troubleshooting process. Most of the time, there's actually not something wrong with the fridge. It's got something to do with the way it was installed or the voltage, something like that, and we can fix it. And if there is a problem with the fridge, well, we repair it or replace it. And I'm like, why didn't you let us know? They're like, oh, I just
couldn't be bothered.
Yeah.
Too hard, mate.
That's right. Pain in the ass. I thought I was going to ring and get a call center, press 1 for this, press 2 for that, press 3 for that. I didn't want to go through the process. So I bought another fridge.
What the fuck?
That happens.
Remember when we were on Bull Rush last year and you had a gremlin in your car and
Yes.
we pulled over?
Yes.
And we pulled up in front of that big brand tire store.
Yes.
And the manager told us to get fucked.
Yes.
Wow.
He did.
And now he says, I'm running a business here, mate. And
Yeah.
we're like,
We're customers.
I was sort
with
of parked.
potential.
I wasn't in
Yeah.
its drive. I was 2 cars back into the side because I was aware
Yeah.
that I don't want to.
yeah, we're not trying to fuck
Driveway.
your business up here. But
He
it's
just
not.
came out and went,
Yeah. So we turned around.
get your
Drove
car
her.
out of here.
I then went and made friends with
I needed
battery weld.
a tool. I can't remember what tool it was.
You need a tool. Oh, yeah. So you had to. You went to the big auto store. I went and made friends with battery weld.
That's right.
They were kind enough to lend us their workshop.
They were amazing.
I even gave them a Google review
So did I.
and 5 stars.
Yep.
Great. They've replied back. They were thankful.
Yeah.
Great. Great. I even bought a torch there.
Yeah.
Because I still sit in the car. Great people.
They were like, come into the workshop.
Yep.
Drive your car in. The guys all came out of the office. They all had
Yeah.
a look. What's the issue? I said, we've got a bit of oil on this
Yeah.
connection. He's like, mate, I've got some
He had to,
contact cleaner.
Yeah.
And I'd never used contact cleaner. How do I use it? He goes, do this, do that. I'm like, what do you think? Yep, here's a rag. Yep, bang, put it in. Fixed.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe it. I was like, how good is that? I mean, it was 10 minutes of their time, but I was stuck.
We had a little issue. It was,
I was stuck.
it was a bit of an issue.
But
Yeah.
it was fixed.
It was fixed.
And,
And it was a good story.
It was amazing. Yeah, I left them a 5-star review too. And their reply was like, oh, we're really glad to be able to help out Bull Rush Rally, one of the cars.
It was great.
So for them, it was like an enjoyable
They took
experience.
photos. We were
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
It was and that great customer service, right? And we'll always remember that.
Always.
You know what? I hope the guy with the fucking big brand tire store, I hope he goes out of business.
Ooh, that's harsh.
No, but
He might have had a bad day. Or maybe customers park in
He
his
did tell us
driveway
to get fucked.
all the time.
Maybe.
They might.
See, you're a little bit more empathetic with this. You're kind of going, well, maybe this happened. But I had an issue with his aggressive tone towards us.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, I'm 6'5". You're not short either. We've got loud cars. I get that. But like, we weren't like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I did have a bit more empathy. I thought, you don't know what's happened. He could have something bad.
I think I've been selling people longer and you got out of the game. So your empathy is kind of, you know,
His
come back
empathy has
now where
returned.
mine's like,
I love getting great experience from business, and I'll tell everybody. I love Google reviews. So I had an issue with trying to find a good tire place because I go through a lot of tires.
do you know what? You go, two things you go through a lot of.
Tires,
race fuel and
tires.
tires.
Most of my cars have multiple sets of wheels. They go to tracks. I'm going through road tires. I'm going through track tires. I'm going through tires. So I'm like, I just want to find a tire guy, right? Just a guy that I can ring and say, hey, it's Tommy. Could you please order me a set of these tires? And I'll be like, yep, I'll order them in. Beautiful. Let me know when they're there.
Yep.
Tell me a day and time that's suitable for you, and I'll bring the car down and get it fitted. Like, I'm not asking for anything special. So there's a couple of tire places in Eltham. The first one I went to, I brought some new wheels and I wanted to get some tires fitted for them. They were for drag racing. So the front wheels were quite skinny.
Yep, I'm with it.
So I took my Mustang down there and I had the wheels in the car. I'd rung and the guy says, yeah, come down, all good. And I go down and I get the wheels out of the car and there was a guy sort of waltzed out and, you know, he's got his branded polo and his slacks and his polo shirt's tucked in, and the other guys looked a little nervous. And this guy's come up to me and he's like, oh, you can't put those wheels on that car. It's unroadworthy. I'm like, oh, no, that car came out with, 285 standard. You can't put 245s on the front. That's unroadworthy. We can't do that for you. I said, oh, well, I don't think that's necessarily correct. Like, as long as the tires are roadworthy and the car's safe, you could put any tires on it that you want.
Correct.
No, that's not right. No, can't do that. And I looked, and his other guys are all standing there like, we're not saying anything. And then I realized this guy's like a regional manager or something, right? So he's sort of talking big in front of his other staff. I actually blew up at him, which is really unusual for me, but
Here you're telling me, you need to be more empathetic here. What is it about tire people?
he was just being like a rude prick.
That's what I'm saying. Fucking tire people, mate. Not all tire people are like this. But
No, they're not.
Yeah,
they're not.
they're
And
not.
so I said, oh, well, and so then I've got to put the wheels back in my car, drive home. So then I ring the second tire place. Can I please bring these down? And
Whoa, wait. What did you say to this guy? You said you blew up. Like, what happened?
I don't want to repeat it.
Come on.
Because it's out of character.
We'll edit it out.
We won't judge you.
Did you tell him to get fucked?
I think I just said, mate, you're being a fuckwit and that's not right. And I'm the customer and I've rung already and asked and I've come down here and, the guy said...
So the tires were there. You just wouldn't fucking...
They'd ordered the tires and I'd brought the wheels down.
So they wouldn't sell you the fucking tires.
This guy wouldn't put them on my car.
Wow.
Which is okay if that's what he wants to do anyway. So then I put all the wheels back in my car. Go home, ring the second tire place. Same scenario. He's like, yeah, come down. And the rear wheels were bead locks.
Yeah.
So they're just a different way of fitting them.
Yeah.
A special drag racing wheel,
You
and it's got this round bead, and you screw it on so that your tire doesn't slip when you launch. So second tire place, it was a Tuesday, and I said, I need the car by Friday. Can I bring these wheels down? Yeah, dropped the wheels off. The guy was good, beautiful. Friday morning, I ring him because I haven't heard. It's Tommy, I haven't heard from you. Can I come and pick up those wheels? Mate, we've been really busy. We're not going to be able to get them done. I'm like, mate, I'm drag racing tonight. I dropped them off Tuesday and it's Friday and you said that'd be fine. Oh, all right, we'll see what we can do. Come down at the end of the day. So I go down at the end of the day and he goes, we couldn't get the tires to fit. I'm like, what do you mean? He goes, well, they wouldn't fit. We didn't know how to get the bead locks on. And I'm thinking, okay, this is a tire place, right? So that's my second experience. We're trying to get these tires fitted. So
what the fuck
I didn't blow up because I was like, okay.
You're already blown up once this week.
Put them back in my car, went home. I couldn't use the tires that night because they couldn't fit them. And then I'm speaking to Gary at work and Gary goes, oh, I've had bad experience in that store once. I'm like, what happened? He goes, I had a tire for my ride-on lawnmower and I walked in and I just sat it on the bench and I said to the guy, g'day. And can you fix this tubing for me? And the guy grabbed a tyre and he threw it outside.
Wow.
I said, mate, can't you see the sign that says no tyres on the counter? And Gary was like, okay, well, I'm not going back there again. So we all had a good chat about it. And then someone I spoke to said, go to Tyre Power in Diamond Creek and see Ash.
Ash,
I'm
good
like,
guy.
oh, good. By then I'm twice bitten, thrice shy.
Yeah.
So I ring up the next week. I'm going to ask, is there any chance you could please fit some tyres for me? I'm always polite. He goes, yeah, bring them down. I go down. He's like, how's it going, mate? Great. This is what I want to fit. Yeah, no worries. We'll have them done in half an hour. You want to just hang around? Yeah, I'll hang around. Fitted them up, beautiful. Have a good chat. Yeah, mate. If you need anything, come back anytime. No problems. Now I buy a lot of tyres from Tyre Power Diamond Creek.
You would buy a lot of tyres,
and they're not doing anything special,
no,
or exceptional.
Good customer service.
They're just easy and friendly. I don't ask for a special price. I'm like, can you order me these tyres? He goes, yeah, I'll order them in. I'm like, done. Go down. He fits them for me, and everybody's happy.
I've also had tyre issues. I just get James from Mustang Motorsport to sort my tyres now because he just says, leave it with me. I don't even know where his guy is. But I used to go to a place in Port Melbourne. They're good guys. Like, they're good guys, but they could never organise the alignment, wheel alignment right. I always pick the car up, steering wheel's like,
steering wheel's out of centre.
And I'm like, so take it back. Oh, we're sorry about that. And they fix it. I come out, exactly the same. So 2 times like that, I went, I just rang James Mustang. He says, Tav, what the fuck are you doing? Just leave the car with us. Sorted it out.
He'll have 20 sets of the tyres just for your car, always sitting there.
Yeah, but he'll does that, but he's got some tyre guy and he's got it. But like, how good is it when you find someone that just gets it?
It's just easy. And it's nothing special. It's just, they're just running a good business and they're doing the little things right.
Yep.
Nothing special.
I wonder as well, like, how much does the big scale play prevent them from being effective, kind, easy to work with?
You know what? Because they're killed with KPIs, management meetings.
Yeah.
They're killed with the big corporate structure.
Yeah.
When they forget what fucking business they're truly
in,
which is the customer service business. Regardless if I'm selling people,
podcasts,
fridges, paint, tires, someone has to interact with someone else.
Yeah.
And the more people that fucking understand that, the better.
This is a challenge with big business, I get, isn't it?
Remember when I ran out of fuel, right? Almost ran out of fuel in, where the hell were we? Lakes Entrance.
Oh, yes.
Okay, because I forgot to fill up because I was taught, and I'm like, I'll just get it at the next.
Is that when you were behind me and we had the radios and I said, no, there's a petrol station. You said, no, I think we should go to this one.
Yeah.
I said, no, it's all right.
Yeah, I was like,
my map says there's another one.
Yeah.
And you were just like, okay, let's let this play out.
That's right.
And a few kilometers later, I'm like, Tav, there's no other petrol station. You're like, yeah, well, how about we just go back to the one we
But like, remember when we got into Lake Entrance and that woman wouldn't let us fill up because we came in the petrol station the wrong way, and she came out and was yelling at us.
Wow,
and then,
that's right.
You,
oh my
back
God,
around this way. And we're like, what the? Like, and all that. And then I turned around and said, there's no premium here anyway. So we bailed out. And she was like, everyone left.
She told you to leave, me to leave. And then as we're driving out, I could see this. I see this other car driving in and I'm just, I'm like, mate,
run away.
I don't know what it was, but like, dude, I'm like, what the fuck is going on here? Do you sell fuel? We need fuel.
And normally I wouldn't go in a wrong way. Like maybe.
Boy, I didn't even know.
I didn't even see the error. I don't know. It didn't.
It wouldn't even sell what we needed anyway. And she was more upset that we were leaving. You're leaving now. And I'm like, yeah, you don't have common sense is not that common. That's why you've been successful. Like,
it almost kind of reminds me of like a small kind of village situation where you got, your blacksmith or your farmer there and everyone kind of knows each other and you can't screw anyone over because it's that small that if one person starts screwing you over, everybody talks about it.
Yeah.
The question I asked though is like, well, am I giving up anything if I played a little bit smaller like that? And maybe this is just because the big entrepreneurs out there are saying, well, you got to go big to be successful. But it sounds like that hasn't been your experience at all. Like you've been super successful, not trying to be this massive corporate entity.
you got to play to your number, as in what's your number?
Mm.
If someone tries to play big in business, but their number doesn't their internal number, right? So let's say they want to make 200 grand a year, but they're telling everyone in the market they want to make $10 million a year. As soon as they make that 200, 250, they're done. They might tell everyone, right? People's got to play to their strengths. I don't think every business should be a big business.
Well, there's different business models.
Yes.
So some of our competitors that are much bigger than us have different business models, different pricing models, different quality models. And they are successful businesses in that they're profitable and all that sort of stuff, right? So I have my way of going about it, but there's also other ways to go about it too. I just happen to enjoy doing it this way, which is like, high quality product, great customer service. You can also do it other ways, which is like, a cheaper product and less customer service, but you're getting people in an entry level phase where they might only want to spend, $500 on a fridge. And that's okay too, because you kind of there's different markets for different products. Not to say that one's necessarily better than the other. Like it's like cars, your first car you buy might be a Toyota Corolla or a Commodore. You're not in the Ferrari market.
No, nor should you be.
But both of those are good businesses. They're just they just have a different price quality strategy.
Yeah, I think understanding what kind of business you're in is really important. We had a guy in here a couple of weeks ago, and he was in the medical space, and he was saying there's this guy in the medical space going around telling doctors, businesses, we can help you scale and grow massively with our secret sauce. And this guy was breaking it down. He's like, that's the stupidest thing in the world, because a doctor's practice doesn't grow that way. It grows off word of mouth, family connections. And it's really slow as people grow. And then that family might have kids, and then and it's that way. But that scaling model didn't work for that kind of business. It's not built for that.
And if it was, it would be a different type of business, I guess. It'd be more of, you'd get a big clinic and you'd have lots of doctors, and you'd be bulk billing only. So it was like, it wasn't as expensive. It'd be a different price quality strategy again, but both of them could work. But this guy, his business is selling the dream.
Yes.
That's how he makes his money. Like, if it was so easy, why isn't he running one of these doctor's clinics?
That's the best question, eh?
That's what I often wonder. I actually read a good book once on business, and it was called The E-Myth by Robert Gerber.
Yes.
Yeah, I think
and it's
classic.
a unsexy, old, boring book. And I read it, and I took notes of every chapter, and I summarized it, and I was like, okay, this guy's onto something, because it was keeping it simple.
Yeah.
And having some structural processes so that you could deliver the same experience every time, and going the extra mile for your customers. And you had some really good examples in there, and it was such a simple, easy book to understand, and the lessons in it were practical and you can implement. So I would recommend to people, if you're thinking of starting a small business, that would be a great book to read.
I'm all for self-education. And yeah, I agree. Like, definitely learning from other people's mistakes or philosophies or theories is great. 100%. But I also feel that you also kind of need to get in the trenches. I have a saying that I say to everyone, and I don't know if it is, I say, eventually you get in life where you pick up a gun, you draw a line in the sand, and you choose which side of the line you fight from, and you start shooting. That's like,
okay.
Eventually you come in life, you just draw a line in the sand, pick up a gun, load it, pick a side, and start shooting.
Okay, this sounds like Call of Duty.
But what I get is, like, as you get older in life, you start having opinions, thoughts, processes, and you go in a certain direction. And that's what I mean, draw a line in the sand. And my core values may be similar to yours, but they're not the same. And that's okay, right? And same in business. Some people want big businesses. Some people want to sell the idea of the big business. Some people, I think there's a lot. you and I meet a lot of different business owners, right? And we sometimes walk away going, I'd never fucking run my business like that. I cannot understand business owners that are rude to their staff and customers. It just doesn't fucking commute. Like, this person is choosing to come and work in your business, or this person is choosing to come and buy your fucking product.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck?
Especially legacy businesses can be a bit like that. It's a challenge for them, if you're a big legacy business like Telstra, and how hard it must be for them. I mean, I'm sure they want to provide an amazing experience to all their customers. And I must say, in a long time ago, I used to have issues, but I'm always impressed now about how easy I've found it to deal with them. But it must be a challenge when you're that big. Like, how do you make sure that the people on the front line, and there could be thousands of them that are talking to your customers, how do you try and make sure they're all giving a good experience? It'd be a real challenge. I'll take my hat off to them.
I think Telstra got it right in the end by getting rid of their middle management layer. NBN's just done the same thing.
Local call centers always help.
Yeah, totally.
It can be frustrating when you get an overseas call center. Very frustrating.
I find the tech that I spread it around.
Let's talk about how much energy you need to run a business.
Okay.
Because I would say the entrepreneurial idea that's standard out there is grind as much as you can.
You're talking about mental energy, or
wake up as early as possible.
Physical energy to put
and physical.
Okay.
I don't think I could start another business again.
Oh, that's bullshit. That's bullshit.
Okay. I could. I don't know if I would want to, or I would have to do it differently, because you have a lot of energy when you're in your 20s and 30s. I think 20s, you learn in your 20s and you earn in your 30s.
Yep.
Because in your 30s, you've got maximum energy.
Yep.
You've got 10 years experience behind you.
Yep.
You probably may not have a family in your early 30s these days. So you've kind of got this window where you can push. And the older you get, my dad used to say this to me, son, I don't have the same energy that you have. This was when I was like 18. I remember thinking, bollocks, come on, let's go. But now I realise it is, there's a certain energy you have in your 20s and your 30s that that's the fighting age, right? That's when you've got maximum mental and physical capacity. That's what I think anyway.
But you're so good at starting businesses, you didn't even know you started one. Like, you started a race team. That's a business.
It is. It doesn't make any money.
But what I'm saying is that you start businesses without even thinking. Like,
I think about starting businesses all the time. I've always got ideas in my head. Oh, that'd be a good business. Oh, that'd be a good business. Like, I walk through the local shopping centre and I'm like, why is there no Yochi store in here? Or why is there no bubble tea? Or why isn't there a Chinese restaurant in Eltham? I'm just putting this out there. There is not one Chinese restaurant in Eltham.
Well, let's get it sorted out.
Sounds like a gap in the market.
But, like, what I'm saying, but why I'm arguing with
or
you,
dumplings.
why I'm arguing with you
I love dumplings.
is because
Please.
as you get older, right, you need to start different types of businesses. See, I don't know what I'm going to do when I turn 50, but I know I need to be out of recruitment. Whether I still own TRS, that's fine. But I know I need to do something else. But I also know that whatever I start next doesn't have the same energy input to run. Like, I know when I turn my phone back on, I'm going to have at least half a dozen missed calls, half a dozen fucking text messages, emails, what the fuck, timesheet inquiries.
Some of those will be spot fires that need to be put out instantly.
Trent's had a baptism by fire with me, so he's all right. He's learned to. He's someone who's recently drawn a line in the sand, picked up a gun, and started shooting. He's just like.
I got to remember, when there's a post-apocalyptic world, Tav, I'm on your side.
You're always on my side. Like, anyone who has a problem with Tommy has a problem with me. I got your back. But like, I feel like we'll always be starting businesses because neither of us enjoy in being nothing wrong with having a job and employee, but like, can you imagine if I called you or you called me and you've gone, we need to go somewhere and we don't do it because we've got to report to a boss to get permission? That's why we do this, mate.
No, you can't do it. I remember making cards on a computer. So when I was a kid, my mum brought us a computer, an Apple IIe, I think it was.
Fucking
had a colour on the screen and you could, those big floppy discs.
the 5-inch. Yeah, nice.
And it had programming there, and you could make, like on an A4 bit of paper, you could make like a birthday card.
Fuck yeah.
And then you folded the paper in half and half again, so it was like a card.
Yep.
And then on the back, down the bottom, I used to put a little copyright symbol and put Tom Stockdale Enterprises.
So you were building businesses from back then, mate.
I was probably like 10.
Yeah, got to protect that.
I just didn't know what the C was, but I just knew that went with the name.
That's important. That C was there.
Yeah, and then my next thing I tried is to start a bank.
Hey.
So I was probably 11. And my dad had this cigar box, like quite a big wooden box, and you opened it up and it had different partitions in it for obviously bigger cigars and small ones. And I had all my savings, which were coins. So back then, 1 and 2 cent coins, 5 cents, 10 cents. I might have had a 50 cent, couple of dollars. And I put them all in there. And I was like, well, now what do I do? I'm like, well, I've got to like give the money out. So I'd like say to my brother, do you want
Just
borrow
cash
50 cents or whatever? And he'd be, yeah. But then I just couldn't work out, how do I get it back? Like I didn't understand how bank worked. I thought I had the idea.
Yeah.
But no one had ever told me what interest was.
I love that.
That was the missing piece, right?
I had a question about the energy thing, and it's I don't think I ever. I'm 33. I don't think we had 1 cent coins when I was a kid. Times have changed. But in terms of energy, to run a business successfully, and say you're in that prime period, what is a weekly schedule like? What would you say is the ideal? Is someone working every hour possible? Are they giving up weekends? Like, what's the
stage of business is at?
Yeah, it depends what you need to do. I've never been like a 12-hour day person. But that said, when I ran the recruitment company, actually that's not right. I was on call 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. I remember going snowboarding on the weekends up at Mount Buller with my friends when I was in my late 20s. And I had a backpack, and in the backpack I had a clipboard with the names of all of my temp staff in it, and when they were available. And then I had my run list, which is who's working today and who's working on Sunday.
And who's free.
And I had my mobile phone with me, and every time my phone would ring, I'd be on a chairlift or whatever, and I'd have to hop off, go and find a little hut, and then I'd make phone calls and I'd book people into jobs, and then I'd put it back in my backpack and away I'd go again.
Not much has changed now. The tech's better, but you do it. But yeah, it's the same.
I wasn't a big office hours person. Like I couldn't go work 60 hours in the office.
No.
Couldn't sit in the office for that long. So I'd be more of a 6 or 7 hours in the office a day person.
Same, mate.
But then I'd have some after hours stuff or weekend stuff.
Recruitment's still kind of the same, but with smartphones, it's a lot quicker now. It's just, it never stops.
We didn't, we only had just normal phones we had SMS.
Yeah, SMS. When I started in recruitment, there was the pager bag with a pager in it. Used to go off.
Or BlackBerry.
Yeah, I got into Crackberries when I was in London. My London days, man. God, I miss the Crackberry.
We couldn't even send emails from our phones.
Wow.
We couldn't do anything. We couldn't confirm anything. It was like you constantly had to come back to the office.
True story. When I came back from London and I went back to work for blue collar people in Perth, they'd only just got emails, and they were still using industrial fax machines for timesheets.
Yeah. When was this?
That would have been 2010.
We used fax machines right up until I sold the business in 2014. Because not everybody had a scanner, or not everybody had a good enough camera on their phone.
I've still got faxed. I've got faxed email still in the company to this day. And occasionally when I get I'll get it, like we get certain type of can't use the computer. That's fine. I'll just put them on paper timesheet and they'll go to Australia Post. faxing the timesheet.
Wow, there you go.
Yeah.
Or,
Yeah,
you know,
because there would always be, you'd finish your shift in the factory and you could go to the office and say, hey, could you please fax my timesheet for me?
yeah.
What about the mental energy part? Like you were saying before, Tav, that you're probably going to have all these text messages, phone calls, and stuff as you get out of here. And I suppose that's kind of a natural part of running a business. You're the guy who has to deal with all the problems. And I suppose one, does that ever stop? Are you just supposed to accept it? Do you need to take time so it doesn't wear on you too much? Like, how do you guys handle that?
I tell you what I keep coming back to, right? And comes back to balance. My philosophy is grow the business, employ people so you don't have to take those phone calls to get back. So then you get back to your point of bliss. Your point of view is, why don't you just be in bliss and build the business
Interesting.
around that? And that's something that I am.
You kind of got to do both.
You kind of got to do both. But you like,
unless it's a really big business, you could position yourself then as a CEO, and then you just, then you need to have a bit of structure.
Then you lose your customers.
Well, you need to have a general manager, and you need.
Does that align with your core values?
Possibly, but that's a different way of going about it. Yeah.
Like, I know I need to change TRS. Like, it's too dependent on me. You've seen it on 2 bull rushes now. We're out, fucking this, that, blah,
But
blah.
how many recruiters would you need in order for you not to be a recruiter?
20.
20? Really?
10. Probably 10.
That many?
Yeah, probably 10 because, then you got to bring Sydney into it as well. So I'd say 10. For me to walk away and to not recruit would be 6 recruiters.
Well, you need 6 recruiters then.
Need 6 recruiters.
That's simple.
Yeah.
That's what you need to do next.
Yeah. Okay. Put 6 recruiters.
And then you can spend time going out to client calls with them and training them and teaching them.
Yeah, I think so, because I got burnt with my last agency. Believe it or not, I'm actually quite risk averse with employees, because employing someone, got to train them, they might not work out. And I had 2 recruiters last year leave. Which technically I've had 3. I had 1 leave a month ago, and I then go, all right, I've got to start training again, investment, time away from the business. Is that the best thing right now? And I'm always running this calculation in my brain on when to bring on the next. I need more staff, right? So I don't have to take these calls. But in order more staff, I get more problems. More problems, I got to start fucking getting involved. So this is the internal struggle that I have all the time.
I had this in recruiting too, and I had to get to a point eventually where I was no longer a full-time recruiter.
Yep.
Which I did, but then I would fill in when people were away.
And that's kind of what I want to get back.
Which was kind of cool, because then I still got to experience the coalface, how are things working, how are our systems working, how are our customers, and just staying in touch with the business. But that's I think that's an important spot to get to in labour hire or recruiting.
Yeah, absolutely.
You and even if you had 4 good recruiters, I think that'd be.
Yeah, absolutely. We are, shout out. I am looking for a trainee. So if anyone's watching this, do you know what pisses me off with people wanting to work for recruitment companies, right? What pisses me off? People that apply to a recruitment company and then just wait for me to call them. Like, I need someone who understands, maybe if Trent got a job with me because he called me.
What do you mean?
Like, they don't
follow up.
They don't follow up. They don't think about it.
They may not. Look, I agree. The phone call was always really good.
Yeah.
But they're not. It didn't necessarily mean that person was great either.
If someone called you tomorrow, going, I'd really like to work for Bushman. I understand you don't have a salesperson, but I've got this background and I really identify you. And he started to. So I've seen a podcast you've done online, and I understand why you haven't grown, but I think I could do this, or this for you.
I never say no to exploring any opportunity.
My point exactly.
Yep.
Like, would you be open to at least meet that person,
or at least talk about it on the phone?
Exactly.
Like, I get a lot of emails all the time from people that want talking about marketing, or do you want to do this, or do you want to do that?
Working for
but even working, and I'm always like. I never say no. I'm always have a little bit of chat about it, because you don't know. Like it's an opportunity is an opportunity.
But
It's always good to talk about.
Tommy, you've got your race team now. I understand you're focusing on that and this, and I'm looking to sell fridges in, I want to take
Dubai.
No, or like
It's hot over there.
like, or you would look at it and go, that could actually be a good business where, you've got someone said, oh, I've got a lot of connections in the mining industry, so I'd love to be a sales rep and, go here and there and start selling to mining companies or something.
Maybe New Zealand
or
the States.
The States.
Yeah.
And you go, that seems like a really good opportunity. You'd at least look at it.
Yeah,
what I'm getting pissed off with is when I recruit for a trainee, I have a story on TRS, how it started off a one desk operation out of my Carlton apartment, bit of history on the company, how I grew the business, and what I'm looking for in my next employee. And people just throw their CV in, waiting. I have 1,100 resumes for my latest traineeship job. Do you know how many I've actually looked at? 0.
1,100. That is a lot.
I'll get AI to search, but like,
yeah, I was going to say you can filter them out on Seek.
Yeah, absolutely. Or there's the AI. I'll actually, next time I bring my laptop, the AI is insane, right? But what I'm getting at, not fucking one of those people has actually called me to discuss their application.
Yeah, but they may not. It's a different world we live in. Like they may not know that that's a good thing to do. They might have been told, don't ring, don't hassle.
Yeah, maybe I get it.
It's.
But I also don't want to have to break that out of people. Like, okay, Trent rung me. He was nervous as fuck on the phone.
Yeah.
Who you got? Yeah, cool. I'm looking for a job in recruitment. What trade background, light vehicle mechanic. I've been a service manager for Mercedes for the last 10, 12 years. I said, cool. Well, let's do lunch Saturday.
That's a tough gig, service manager.
Yeah. And he's like, well, you said to me, you said to me, you family man, you've got a wife, and you're working Monday to Friday. So how about I take some time out of my day on a Saturday and I'll come and see you. And I'll come close to where you live because that'll be easier for you. And let's have a chat. We had breakfast, ended up clearing the restaurant out because we were talking to each other so loud. The cafe, it was full when we got there. By the time we had left, it was empty because everyone had just gone, fuck this. I did a cafe owner. Sorry. He was just laughing. But just small.
You've been a service manager for 10 years. It's a very challenging job.
Yeah.
Because
and you've met Trent. He's fucking
inevitably, you don't often get a lot of good news when you go and get your car serviced, do you?
No. And he's told me some interesting stories.
Yeah. I'm sorry, sir, but your car's got this problem and you need to spend this much to fix it.
Yeah. But he was telling me that the perceived margin in Mercedes, so people try to get free shit all the time. He's like, but it's not covered under your warranty. You don't have a warranty on this car. We didn't even sell you this car, sir.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, it's 10 years old.
We didn't sell you this car.
Yeah.
It hasn't, you want to, what I, so with Trent, and he's had a bit of a baptism of fire, but he's gone, now, if I can get 10 more Trents, I'll hire them all tomorrow. What I'm trying to say is that maybe
you need to start cold calling some service departments.
Yeah. Do you know what we should do?
Hey, can I please speak to your service manager?
Hey, do you want to do something?
Tav, just wondering, how long have you worked at this dealership? 10 years. Oh, okay.
I love that, Tommy.
You're obviously good with dealing with people and problems, aren't you? Yes, I am. How about we have coffee?
How about this? Why don't you and I go around to dealerships on Saturday? You and me were just like, we'll go get your car shop. Hi, what are you guys doing? We might buy a car, but we're just here to talk and see what's going on.
Car salespeople would be good recruiters because it's a similar sort of job.
Yeah,
it's a challenging job. It's a hard job.
Trent never sold cars.
No, but he could.
Oh, 100%. He said it just didn't work with the family, especially the lates on the Thursday.
Yeah, plus it's Monday to Saturday, isn't it?
Yeah. And he's a big family man.
Was it 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday to Saturday?
He says it just doesn't work for me.
Yeah.
So he's always, but I like this. But when you identify good people, right, and you've got someone good, I'll invest everything in them. Training, new tech, bonuses. You need that, sort that out. Get them up to speed because that good person.
It's great, isn't it, when you can get a good employee and you're like, I'm going to look after this person. I'm going to teach them stuff.
Yeah, and
pay really well.
But then they break your heart and leave, right?
It can happen.
It does happen. It will happen.
Yeah.
But that's why I'm always on this. maybe, and this is why I don't know what I'm going to do next, because I'm always on this treadmill of looking for more stuff for my clients, more this, more that. Like if I stop, I'm dead, as in revenue dies. And as we aware, fuel and tires are expensive. We have expensive vices. We started this podcast under the presider of family, money, and cars. I don't know what else to do at the moment.
One day at a time.
One day at a time, man. How long would we go for? 2 hours?
We got 2 hours. Yeah, I reckon we can wrap up. That's pretty good.
Sounds like our work here is done, Tav.
I fucking love this, man. I love this. Until next time, sir.
Look forward to it.
Thank you very much. Thanks, guys.